Oh crap, I gotta update Frank's picture to Boop Stoop McBooplestoot. I did. I did. I raised it because we're live. But yeah, I gotta find that picture, which is should be fine. Question mark. It's okay. I took something good. Why? Oh. Oh. You're just going heavier into the controlling other units. Got it. Mm. So I just want to point out that not only did you have two name tags and Out of the Abyss, your name is so long that on your character portrait it's split over two lines and it breaks between the M and C in McBooplestoot. Your name is just always different no matter where I look at it. I I took a potion of etherealness. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's oil. It is actually oil, and that's important because we have to lather you up in it like 10 minutes before we infiltrate. But it is a McBooplestoot classic. Well, you you've wiped with it many times. Cons- I feel I feel like that is your paper now because you just get so many of these catalogs and you're just like, look, I've already read it. He's not making a catalog's worth of stuff every month. No, it's just the same catalog. Yeah. Every major holiday, the issue before that holiday, it's the same, except on the front page, there's a festive one. Because consists No, it's the exact same pot, but it's more festive. It's got like, like if it was Christmas, it might have like a Santa Claus sleigh on it. Same pot though. Same price too. He gets a really good deal on having them manufactured by never changing it. I do basically the same thing I've always done, except my bardic die is a bit higher. Okay, so if you make 4 gallons of beer and 4 gallons of honey, that's like close enough to mead, right? No, 48 pounds of honey. Wow. That's more than I. Yeah. Can I? You know what? I would love just like a tablespoon of honey, and then you just turn around holding the alchemy jug upside down as 48 pounds of honey comes spewing out of it. It's just like, that is more than I asked for. Yeah, the bees and the bears would form a bond over the 48 pounds of honey. I mean, I feel like, look here, here's the box. Try thinking outside of it. But like mayonnaise is kind of slippery, so like maybe you could coat the floor. Maybe you could coat the floor in mayonnaise so they just like, whoa. Yeah, but okay, hear me out. Maybe you're catering. I mean, we were literally doing like industrial cooking for a for a prison. Yeah, 2 gallons of mayonnaise isn't that bad. Yeah, a really big bird though, because it's 2 gallons. But is mayonnaise an instrument? Horseradish isn't either.
Successful heist, and you all received your money, and you received all of your stuff for it, including a rare item each. What we will
Did
go
anybody
over
write
is
the money down?
Yes,
Probably
someone
not.
did. No, somebody did. I remember seeing it. I was gonna press go, but I didn't.
Oh shit, I
because
think actually I did. Where did I write it?
it was in Prisoner
it-
13 notes. It's another thread.
Where is Prisoner 13 notes?
It's a thread under Prisoner 13.
Oh, I have it hidden for some reason. There we go. And I was the one who wrote it.
There we go.
There you go. But yeah, so you got a good amount of money. And yeah, what happened in between is there was a little bit of downtime in between for Hank to finish up his shift, stay undercover the entire time. You ended up making a pretty successful heist, so everyone felt pretty good about that. A group of you could have done whatever you wanted. If you wanted to hang out, if you wanted to not hang out, that's fine. But what would have happened is you would have all gotten a letter asking you to go to a specific spot, a specific inn in Waterdeep for your next mission, to get your next assignment from Nim. That'd be all the 4 people. Hank, Boop Snoop, Boople, Stoot, Jasu, and Definto. So
I don't know if it's Discord that's having the
No,
problems or if it's my computer.
Discord.
Or...
It's
okay.
Discord. I was just about to say the same thing.
is it crackly? Or...
Oh, it's so bad.
It's just all over the place.
That's why I disabled my webcam to try to see if I could fix it.
Remember whenever like Discord commercials used to throw shade at Skype for this exact reason?
Yep.
Is it crackly voice or was that just Spotify? Because I
No, it was everything.
No, it was everything. It was video. It was voice. It was.
Yeah, it feels like the bitrate got messed up for Discord.
Yeah.
Like
Did it change when I turned the music off? Did it get better? Because then I
It
can
did
keep
get better.
I can
But
keep
I
it
don't-
off if that has something to do
Well,
with it.
maybe try turning it on one more time and seeing, because I remember last time it didn't seem to make a difference until we switched servers.
turn
Yeah.
off my camera and mute my mic periodically.
Is that still crackly? Or is that still
No, that's
so
fine.
weird?
It's doing fine.
Now.
That's so weird.
Indeed.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys would all meet up at an inn, in Waterdeep. Any of the inns? I actually don't know the inn names in Waterdeep.
When I get the board game, I will know them.
So,
Nice.
by complete and
We could
utter...
just call it the Troll Skull Revival.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna call it. You end up at that inn.
Through no fault of his own, Jasu became Definto's master by being sarcastic with him, but he couldn't pick up on the tone, and now he just follows Jasu everywhere.
I am mildly perturbed at all hours of the day now.
Nice. What would Boop Snoop have done? Just gone back to making stuff, sending out catalogs.
Boop Snoop would have Boop Snoop McBoogle Boop Snoop
Snoop
McBooplestoot
First
of his name. Would have gone back to making pottery.
Okay.
Would have continued sending out catalogs and would have perfected the alchemical jug that he currently carries around with him at all times.
Being the first of his name is such a useless title in his family that's constantly merging names. They're always the first of their name.
Yep.
And Hank would have pretty much had
deal.
Hank would have had almost no downtime. Hank would have gotten out of his job, being undercover, and then like a week later would have gotten another message.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys all find yourself. Everyone, essentially, Jasu and Definto would have came in first, and then Boop Snoop, Stoot, and Hank would have came in afterwards to this lovely bar. Very newly renovated. Looks great. Makes a lot of money.
Is the bar animal friendly?
Yeah.
Service dogs only.
No, they're animal friendly.
Alright, so yeah, I guess Hank would probably come in and, go to like the bar, ask for a drink for himself and for like, a bone or something for the dog to chew on while he meets with the others.
Okay. Anything else I'd like to do? Do you all find a table at the bar? The bartender is a ghost.
Perfect.
Hey, Jasu. That guy isn't
Jeez,
all
that
there.
even followed me for so long. What?
That guy isn't all there. Get it? Because he's
Yes.
a ghost. You do know what a ghost is, right?
Yes.
Are you
Yes,
sure?
it's something I wish you. Yeah, I wish you would ghost me. Please don't.
What? Oh, okay.
Definto, please dial humor settings down to about 60%.
No. Do you think they sell food
At the bar?
Yeah.
You should ask.
They have a good piano player.
Do you guys sell food?
Yeah, yeah.
I look over at Jasu. Do you think it's better than the food that I cooked?
You can't hear. I have noise canceling. That was a very loud and audible sigh.
Do you guys think you're better cooks than me?
And then a large dog-like creature comes out of the back and like, well, Gorsh, I really don't think we have better food than you, but you know, we can see it down and we can see what we can do.
I leave
that-
immediately.
Now that looks like a fella. That looks like a fella who doesn't give a yuck.
But yeah, we'll get something cooked up for you right away. And then he goes, cooks up some food.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Wow.
Definto, did you get any of the brochures that I sent you during the last couple months?
You didn't give him your address, did you?
I
just kinda
I actually
kinda
did
sent him
write
around
him,
town.
and I told him that I lived with you.
What do you mean you live with me? I already get them. You can't cancel.
uh, uh, oops.
Well, I
Right.
kind of figured you hadn't, because you hadn't bought anything yet, so I brought one with me. Here you go. I hand him a brochure.
Oh, this is really good. You should send them.
I've tried.
Successfully, he does. He does send them. I feel like that's all he must have time to do. I'm amazed he even made it out on the last mission.
Sales were
As
down
you-
during that mission, it's true.
How do you keep inventory?
A
Just-
book.
Yeah. Tally marks.
There's two of you now. I've been dealing with this for weeks. Now there's two of you.
You know what a book is, right?
Yes. Yes, I know what a book is.
It seems like some things you're very knowledgeable about, like what is a book, and then other topics you don't seem to even participate, as if you may be confused or lost.
I promise. I'm only lost as to why you keep talking to me.
Oh, you said you'd be my master.
I meant that sarcastically.
I just heard that you meant it.
I know. I feel like that's part of the problem.
So, while you're all having that lovely discussion, the very familiar halfling comes in, sees the four of you sitting down, like, hello. Glad to see you're all safe and sound after the last mission. Heard it went off pretty well.
No,
do you mean no?
It didn't go over very well.
I got beaten pretty bad.
I mean, you're still alive here.
It was
and,
a pretty big ouchie.
and no one. I mean, you're still alive and no one died. Like,
Thank
you
God.
guys,
Well,
held
no one
yourself-
we knew.
You guys seem to hold yourself pretty well. Okay, no one you knew. Interesting.
Well, actually, no.
Eh,
What's his name never came back, but I'm sure he's fine.
Definitely.
If
Yeah.
anyone drank that vial that you took from me, they might be dead.
Where did you leave that?
It's in
That's,
evidence.
yeah, that's in the box of the
With our
spectator.
fingerprints all over it.
Does this realm? You don't have? Do you have fingerprints?
That's a good question.
I'd rather
also
not
with
talk
this
about
realm-
that.
Would this realm use fingerprints?
I don't.
It's pretty
think-
primitive.
How advanced is the crime investigation unit in this area?
I
Feel
probably
like
don't know how to
Of
process
Waterdeep,
fingerprints.
it's the highest.
that depends on whether or not they have any like divination wizards. Because like, can you imagine a detective in
could use
D&D
that.
just like picks
Yeah.
up some evidence? Clairvoyance.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean,
True.
But I feel like with magic, you wouldn't rely on eyeballing two sets of fingerprints, like one that you pulled and one that you just got, when you could just be like magically, yeah, he's touched that.
Yeah. Does
Oh,
it pick up the vial clairvoyance? Oh, this belongs to Boop Snoop McBooplestoot.
They
You
have no
don't-
proof.
You don't think that there's like people who are against magic in these worlds though that are like, no, we'll do it the old-fashioned way with a microscope.
Well, we know the Duragar are that way. The Duragar don't like magic. We should go to the Underdark. That's what I'm hearing.
That
No,
was
it's okay.
that was the other mission actually.
I feel like,
that was the other choice.
I feel like Hank might be against that, because I'd have put him out of a job.
Heck, might not like using magic, yeah, for these things.
But yeah, nobody died, I guess.
That's and everything was done quietly, and you got your reward. I feel like that's a pretty successful mission. But anyway, I have another key for everyone. Nice little other job. Whoever would like this, and he pulls out a golden key. This time, this key has a bit of a picture of a portrait on it, or it's in the shape. The back of the shape is in the shape of a portrait of someone's head, and its face. But yeah,
Is it a
here you
famous face?
go. No, the face on the key is generic.
Okay.
They didn't put like, it's not like so much detail that you'd be able to tell exactly whose face it is if it's of a painting. It's just it's a portrait of someone's face. Generic. And yeah, if you guys want to do that, I'm gonna be on my way and do some other stuff. Hope everything goes well. That'll explain everything that you guys need to do. Tell you guys where to go. Have fun.
It'll actually tell us this time. We don't have to come find you again.
I mean, I forgot to tell you part of it last time. That's my fault. I made sure this key is fixed. This key is, yeah. This key will tell you what to do. The magic we use to record the message that goes into the box is a little bit faulty last time. My apologies.
That was pretty funny last time. He left, and we're just sitting there like, and where do we go?
What do we do? But yeah. Good luck, everybody. See you around soon.
Oh, here, take this brochure with you. If you see anyone who might be in need of pottery, let them know that Boop Stoops McBoogle Stoop sent you.
He also looks like he could use a gallon of mayo.
He just
What-
takes the brochure. He looks at Jasu kind of weirdly and like,
What would he
Okay.
need a gallon of mayo for?
What do we need a gallon of mayo for?
Why do we need a gallon of mayo?
We don't. Get rid of it.
Why do we have a gallon of mayo if nobody wants it?
Well, right now it's Schrodinger's gallon of mayo. We don't have it because we don't know if it exists yet.
You have a gallon of mayo that you don't know exists.
It's both here and not here.
I feel like mayonnaise doesn't have transitive
it's
properties.
Schrodinger's mayonnaise.
Doesn't exist until you open the alchemy jug.
It's true.
And nobody really
Okay.
knows if it's there when it's closed because he could fuck with it.
That's also true.
Nim's already gone. While you guys were having this discussion, he just left with the brochure.
I respect that.
Did he? I bet, you know what? I bet he's going over to that other restaurant over there called Froon's Brews.
There is actually a restaurant across the street called Fruit and Brews.
Yeah,
and
Hank almost walked in there, and it wouldn't have gone well.
it doesn't look as good as the one you're in right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, the roof is in pretty bad shape.
Anyway, do you have a key? Either open it now, or you can get your meals first and then open it later. Maybe not inside the inn if you want to. It's up to you.
Let's let everybody hear the message.
Well, last time he didn't specify. Since he specified this time, we should probably find somewhere quiet.
Well, I'm definitely gonna wait for my meal.
Is this Goose Game music?
It is Goose Game.
Yes.
I thought it was rather fitting.
Yeah.
Wait,
You mean just unbridled chaos at a casually leisurely pace?
Let me roll for
Yeah, it's
4
good.
months.
I don't like my chaos competitive. I like it casual.
I liked mine ranked.
4 minutes 3. I don't know. I'm rolling as you, but it's a
Oh,
pretty
I thought-
average meal.
I really thought he was the one rolling. I'm like,
no.
why does he do this?
No. That one was me. I just had his character selected last. So one of the innkeepers or the inn owners comes out. Here you go. Puts it down in front of you. Hope everyone enjoys. And
I
he walks.
immediately push my bowl over to Boop Snoop McBooplestoot, and I say, "Taste this. I can't taste anything."
Why did you order?
It felt right at the time.
I will take a bite of the meal. You said it's okay.
Average. It's good.
It's a
It's not
14.
bad.
I rolled a 24.
I'm not saying it's good though. The meal is still good. It's
No,
not the
but
best thing
the
you've ever tasted by
the
any way.
question he's about to get is it as good as mine?
Did Boop Snoop McBooplestoot actually ever eat any of your meals?
Probably would have tasted it because
Probably, I'd imagine.
He
So, yeah,
helped
I
with the
was helping
second one,
cook.
so
Yeah,
What
but
is
the
it-
second day that was better was when we all got in a fist fight in the kitchen.
That's also true. Yeah.
you're asking what is it?
What? Yeah. What is the food, and what is it missing to make it better?
Let's see. What's water deep food?
Mutton.
Yeah, I mean it's your standard. It's a little bit earlier in the day for like mutton.
To be
Mutton's a little bit
fair,
on the heavy side.
his character in another campaign actually owns this restaurant, so he does actually know what's on the menu.
I should. I mean, I
you
would
guys
just
never picked food, so
no. It's just it's a stew. It's a rabbit. I guess talking about. I guess that's also heavy. Whatever. It's a stew.
A rabbit stew on the heavy
Rabbit
side.
stew. A little bit on the heavy side. It probably could use a little more seasoning. And the rabbit's just a little bit tougher. It could have probably cooked for a little bit longer. The rabbit's a little bit
This was a
tough.
working rabbit.
Yeah.
So I take a few bites of it, think about it for a little while. I pull out the alchemical jug, tip it
Mayo.
over a little bit,
what comes out?
and pour in a little bit of balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
Mix it up again, try it again.
It tastes
It's-
better. It tenderizes a little bit more. It gives it a little bit of a weird vinegary flavor. Like you don't really.
You don't love
It gives
it.
just a little bit of a weird vinegary flavor to it, but it definitely tenderizes the meat.
Okay, I mean that's not what I was expecting to have happen, but that works. Just pour acid in there.
Yes, I was gonna think
Um,
was gonna happen. I thought you were gonna put acid,
Vinegar
does it
is an
though?
acid.
It is, yes, it's true.
but I mean like pure acid.
It's good, but it's not as good as the ice salamander.
Hmm. I win.
Do you? Do you win? With somebody who is not you're not competing with?
That's the
We're
best
not
part.
cooks anymore. We weren't cooks to begin with.
Does
We
this
became
mean I'm
cooks.
not getting severance?
You were already paid. We've all been paid. What did you even get?
Didn't you hear about the dental plan we could have had?
You don't have teeth.
I said we.
I actually considered staying, but things got too crazy at the end there, so I decided to leave.
Yeah, free meals, free rent, a
mean
dental
the-
plan.
Yeah.
You mean the part of the plan where Hank and I walked into the room and you had joined up with a different crew? Like-
That was the part of it going. That was the first part of it going south. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
And then that crew immediately just like confessing everything they've ever done ever. And then that woman hit us all right in the nose sequentially.
It hurt.
and thus why we need a good dental plan.
All right, can we move on to somewhere quiet so we can open this?
Let's see. There is actually a more private part. Did we ever build a snug? I think we did.
He did build a snug.
So there is actually a spot in the establishment itself. It's a room with frosted glass that protects the privacy for those who would like to pay a little extra drink away from prying eyes. It's a little private part of the bar. If you like to do that, or you can go out to the streets of Waterdeep, which
I'd
could
pop,
be
I'd pop over to the quieter part.
sure. So
Yeah,
everyone goes
trust
over.
me, there are no shops in the area that are going to be quieter than this snug.
It's true. But yeah, you do that.
I'm moving very slightly slower than I should be. That's all I'll say.
I
Pick up
don't-
a madness.
No, he probably picked up 48 pounds of honey.
What are you doing? Are you over encumbered?
Maybe.
You didn't tell us that we had encumbrance in this.
I don't really care that much about encumbrance. What is making you encumbered? I'm showing you at having like
Well,
65
there was-
pounds.
It's a lot of pamphlets.
Okay, you know what? For that, you're encumbered. Sure. I'll allow it.
I no longer feel bad.
Okay.
Are they all
so
in your
everyone-
backpack? I
Yeah.
just want a visual real quick. Are you like...
Yep.
Yeah,
That's how it's
Okay.
going.
that's amazing. Okay, so you guys make your way to the quieter portion of the tavern, and there's no one else there except for you guys at the moment. Would you like to hear the message?
Yeah, I put the key in the slot.
I will stand on lookout for if anyone is snooping around.
Sure. Roll perception check.
Don't even do that. Just start saying, "Anybody want a catalog? Anybody want a catalog?" And all of a sudden, everybody's just gonna.
I'd like to not be encumbered. Anybody want one?
I might have the dog like lay down outside the door.
Sure. Just in case. Okay.
So this is sorry, mechanical question for D&D out of character.
Mhm.
Would I actually be better off not saying I'm actively looking around and just have my passive perception act as a warning sign, or
No, some things can't be hit with passive. Like
Okay, fair.
some things you have to look for.
well, it's the same.
It's still good. It's great. You don't see anyone.
But isn't 19 active better than 19 passive? That was
Yes,
what you
exact-
described to
yeah.
me.
Yeah, so there are
Yeah.
certain things that can't get hit by passive things. Like sometimes you have to do a perception roll, especially like
Right.
there are definitely things in adventures that just say the player has to make a perception check for it.
Right. I was kind of wondering if I rolled like a 1 perception, then that would actually just like defeat my entire.
That was
Passive
Perceptiveness.
perception is really
I
good
had
for
also.
like traps, really good for stealth things.
If you make a perception check and roll lower than your passive perception, does that supersede your passive perception?
But this
No,
is everything-
Well, here's the thing. The idea is that you've already seen everything that your passive perception's going to give you. This is you looking further than your passive perception, which you can easily fail on.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the idea behind it. If you could have seen it, you would have already seen it. So you're trying to look harder than that.
Yeah, that was something that was never super clear to me.
Yeah, same. All right.
You're that lady who can make her eyes go into cones.
Perfect.
Anyway, you put the key in, and it says, "Greetings, operatives. A valuable painting has been stolen from a member of the Cognoscenti Esoterica, an organization with connections to the Golden Vault. The Cognoscenti Esoterica specializes in the study
Got it.
of rare objects of historical significance. We suspect that the stolen painting, Constantori's portrait, has magical properties and ties to the occult. This quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you to infiltrate the guild house of the Agile Hand, a dangerous thieves guild. Find where their painting is kept, recover it, and return it to Adrisa Caramorte of the Cognoscenti Esoterica." I hate this so much. A
Erotic. Here we go.
a preliminary meeting with Adrisa has already been arranged, and a coach will arrive shortly to deliver you safely to her location. Good luck, operatives.
I'm pretty sure they only get one take for these. Because like if they were
I'm
allowed to do
impressed.
multiple takes, I think they would have cleaned that up a bit. But like,
I'm pretty sure they also have never. None of the people who write these
have ever
pronounce
said
the
any
words
of
out
these
loud.
words?
No, no. They're just like these letters look cool together.
Listen,
You
as
know what?
somebody
Ship it.
as somebody who doesn't believe in rough drafts, fucking send it. You just write it and then you send it.
I'm sure that they look at like their rough drafts and they go, that word has like 3 too few X's in it.
And only
Yep.
half of the 12 required syllables.
Yeah, there's no special characters in this person's name. What are we doing?
Listen, I'm never ever in my life gonna get a name right, so it doesn't matter how good or bad of a job that they do naming things.
We need to make it as hard as possible for players to keep notes.
Yeah.
It's true. But yeah, so the music box closes. Your little goes down, and the key vanishes.
So we gotta figure out where the guild hall is of the something hand.
Is that something that I might be familiar with? Having like
I mean, at the end of it, it said a preliminary meeting with the person you're supposed to be arranged with will happen very shortly. A coach will arrive shortly to deliver you safely to her location.
Head dresser, whatever.
Adrisa.
Yeah, head dresser. Got it.
Exactly.
Question.
Karamorte.
Does this actually take place in Waterdeep?
No.
Ah, okay.
We always just meet in Waterdeep.
It doesn't have a specific
No, that's
place in the
fine.
world where it takes
That's
place,
fine.
so I was like, well, you know what, let's make it in Waterdeep.
Okay, that's fine.
It'd be cool if it did.
It would
Oh,
make
yeah.
sense.
So, very shortly after you hear that, you hear a coach pull up to the front of the Troll Skull Revival.
That's probably a coincidence.
I agree. We'll stay right here.
You were gonna say something, Hank?
I was gonna say like yeah, if we didn't all hear it, I was gonna like hear through the dog and say, yeah, coach is here.
There's
But
no
I'm
way
glad that
that's
we-
for us.
Yeah.
No way.
Just keep.
I think it might be.
It sounds like it's for us. I'm gonna leave a tip on the table and head towards the coach.
How big's the tip?
It wasn't that good, so 15%. This is an owner-operated place, right? It's not like a server. Like,
That's the
I think we
owner.
have servers. Yeah.
No, you
The
guys
dog-
you guys only have the ghost because it's spiritually bound to that
Do
location.
they pay fair wages here? That was the question.
No, they only hired a ghost who can't leave and they don't pay him.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I-
15%.
Okay, first off, I'm pretty sure Goofy pays him. It's something.
He can't go anywhere. He can't spend
I don't
the
care.
money.
He totally would still pay him something.
We're gonna have to
Was he-
update your expense sheet then.
What's he paying him
Sure.
in? Hand jobs? Those aren't tax deductible.
We have a lot of money.
They do.
Anyway. So
I leave a
this-
brochure.
Sure. Can you add that in the other campaign, Rufus?
I can.
I'm so excited.
This has now become canon in the middle of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is another adventure. So now this is
Oh.
canon.
Are there just
You
like
guys
two
have arrived.
Defentos?
There are multiple Defintos from the college of whatever it was.
Oh.
They've tried a lot of times.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This one wasn't built by Olam Court, but
Oh, okay.
You know Professor Farnsworth from Futurama when he was making robots and they would give too many kisses and hugs and he'd put it in the crusher?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is Definto like 1006.
Yeah. Anyway, so is Definto actually going to just stay there, or is he going to?
no, he's
walk out?
when his master leaves, he'll go with him.
Okay. Okay. So you guys do that.
He's following me,
and-
isn't he? I feel like you know when you have like eyes on the back
Yeah. Oh
of your
yeah.
neck?
Josu, wait up.
I swear I can hear him.
He's right behind you.
We need to walk faster.
I can't.
You want me to walk faster?
Why don't
Oh.
you just go on ahead? Wait, no.
I don't know where I'm going.
So you make your way out of the inn, and there's a horse-drawn carriage that's in front of you. and the door opens, or the person who's up front, or on the front of the carriage, is like, "Hey, imagine you're the four I was told about. Glad to meet every one of you. If you guys want to get in the back of the carriage, we're gonna go over to Adrissa's estate and get you guys all set up."
Hank's a little
Cool.
offended that he said 4 and not 5, but he's not going to correct them.
True. She didn't count the dog.
Yeah.
Didn't count it.
On the way past into the carriage, I say, "Boop Snoop McBooplestoot," and brochure. If you know anyone who
Don't
needs
take it.
pottery,
Don't
just
take it.
let them know that Boop Snoop McBooplestoot sent you.
I can't say anything bad that could happen from this. She takes the brochure.
You've never heard of Boop Snoop McBooblestoop?
First of his name.
What's a commoner's? I think it's just it's a flat d20.
It sure is.
I didn't mean to roll as him again.
It's fine.
She's
how he
heard
finds-
not of your name specifically, but of other possible she's heard of the lineage.
You've never heard of the legendary catalog peddler Boot Snoop McBooblestoot?
The name definitely rings a bell as far as parts of it, not the whole name though.
That's
It's like a
That-
tribe called Quest. You say the whole thing.
But I feel like, yeah, no, I mean, like, I have no issue with the catalog. I'll take it.
Thank you.
That's how
I
he
tried to
always
warn you, and then I just get into the carriage.
That's how he always finds the address. They take one catalog and then they're scryable.
I didn't plan that far ahead.
Let's see,
Anyway.
where am I today?
She takes you a little ways out, actually a bit outside Waterdeep, to a barn location. There's a barn. Rain begins to fall as your coach pulls up beside an open barn surrounded by fields of dead corn. A tall, well-dressed human woman emerges from the barn as you exit the coach. "Thank you for coming," she says with a smile. "I'm Adrissa Karamorte. My organization would like to hire you to retrieve a painting that was stolen from us by a thieves' guild. For the painting's safe return, I'm prepared to pay you 2,000 gold pieces. Let's go inside and escape the rain, shall we? There's someone else I'd like you to meet."
I'm
Gee.
Boop Snoop McBooplestoot. Here's a brochure.
I'm just.
He makes amazing pottery.
He took too long. I'm just heading right in.
I will also not linger on this one and go inside as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
Yes, same.
You should have a +10 in sleight of hand so you can tuck it under the crevice of people's arms as you walk by.
So she takes you inside the barn. It's a pretty spacious barn itself. And you guys know like magic? Boop Snoop knows some magic stuff.
I know some magic stuff.
I accidentally know some magic.
You would notice that there are some
I'm aware of
magical-
magic.
You would have some sense of like magical wards around you, just to like so you know it's a safe spot. No one's going to be able to really listen in.
I have a little bit of ranger magic.
So yeah, I mean, anyone who has any idea of like what magic is would have. Like, you'd have some idea. They're not like hidden wards or anything. They're just kind of out there. To...
All of us are dancing around magic without actually having magic.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the bard technically is a full caster. Definto
He has
magic.
no idea what's going on.
Yeah, yes.
So yeah, she takes you into the barn and she leads you up the stairs. And in the middle of the loft, tied to a wooden chair, a scrawny human male with patchy facial features. He's sweating profusely and chewing nervously on a cloth gag. At this point, Adrissa turns to the group and says, "So, we had our, as you already would know, we had our painting stolen from us. A very, very important painting. This gentleman is one of the group that stole it. They came through killing a couple of us. Luckily, he was not the best of bandits and was left behind. So we have him here for questioning. Since
Got it.
you guys are,
I'm
You
good
know.
at this.
That's what I was worried about.
since you guys are, from the organization, you know, the Golden Keys. You're here to help us out. We thought you might be able to question him, get some stuff. He doesn't seem like he's gonna hold back. He seems like he's pretty much ready to give any information you'd ask, since he's afraid that, you know. And she does like a prestidigit. She does a little prestidigitation, and there's like a little fire that appears underneath him. Doesn't do any damage to him, and you hear him like jump back a little bit. He jumps back in his chair. You hear a little squeal. Like, yeah, he's definitely on edge and ready to be questioned in case. But yeah,
Definto, do we want to leave nothing to chance and just go all in on this?
I
I'll leave it
mean,
to you
Back
two.
up.
You're the
If-
guys are the talkers.
if somebody helps me, I have a +11 to persuasion and intimidation.
Want to do good cop, bad cop? I can have the dog growl at him.
Yeah, I also can just start punching wooden beams in the barn behind you.
Yeah,
I'll just start.
we
Go
should,
ahead.
we should all have a part in this. Jasu's just casually punching boards in the barn and snapping them like he's at like a karate whatever.
Even though the dog like wouldn't actually attack, Hank is gonna like have his hand on the dog's collar as if he's holding it back.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be like snarling and like lunging.
and
Sure.
and Boop Snoop McBooplestoot, you can
At
be
the counter.
you can be bad cop
I'm just gonna start staring at him
and I'll be good
And-
cop.
very intently. And just start staring at him more and more intently until a blood vessel pops in my eye, and I'm going to cast Blood Curse of the Anxious on him.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
Holy shit.
I am still staring at him menacingly right now, though.
With the popped blood vessel too, it's
Yep.
even more scary. He looks terrified. She already said he was willing to pretty much say anything.
And
And you're just like,
I'm gonna
"Ooh."
turn back to the I just want to whisper to the person that was just like brought us here, and I want to know, like, if he won't give us a piece of information, is freedom something that we can offer him? Or is that not something we can offer? Before
"Oh,
I
no, we're gonna let him." She whispers to you, "We're gonna let him go once you're done questioning him. Like,
okay,
we're not
Can we-
monsters like them. We're not gonna kill him. Like, yeah, he didn't kill any of our people. It's the rest of his group that did.
okay.
He was just the lookout that, you know, must not have gotten the cue to
Okay.
run."
So, okay. Perfect. And I look at him, I say, look, we can make this all stop. We can make this all go away. All we need is a little bit of information.
What do you want? What do you? I'll give it to you. It's fine. Whatever you'd like.
Tell us what kind of security is around your base and where it is.
Well, our base, the Agile Hands, is just a little bit in town, the northern part of town, just a little bit to the north. Not the town is to the north of this barn, and also our base is in the northern part of town. I understand that's confusing, but that's where they are. As far as there's a good amount of recruits that are in there, and there's the leader.
Roughly how many?
Oh
If you were
God!
to make an estimate. Plus or minus 50%.
Let's see. How many people? I'm really gonna have to count these because it doesn't give me a number.
I don't need to know exactly. Are we talking 10s, 20s?
Give me a second. I mean, as far as like, you probably have like 20-ish people. Not quite that at a time. Not even. Let's be honest.
Sure, okay.
We're a little bit of a more,
Worst
you know,
case scenario, 20.
let's say worst case scenario 20. We don't hire a lot of people to, you know, it's a process, you know. It's not like we just take anyone that comes in off the street.
They have like a help wanted sign outside the base.
What's the best way to infiltrate?
Oh boy. Let's see. Best way to infiltrate. You can go in the front door. That's not probably the best way. You can actually go in the back door. There's a little bit of a back door. If you can get into the basement, there's a secret door somewhere in the basement that'll lead you kind of up the back of the guild house, because there's a tower in the back. That's where the guild master is.
Can we
Um,
is there any way to come in through the ceiling?
The ceiling of it? I mean, you'd have to bore your way through the roof.
Okay.
Question
So-
for the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Can we say we had any opportunity to spend some of our money on tools?
You can say that you do that. You can spend some money before you
So-
go to the guild house. That's fine.
So
if
the
you just
last
wanna-
time I tranced, I changed my proficiencies to the disguise kit and the forgery kit.
You can say that you have both of those. That's fine.
Because I could dress up, I could sit here while you're interrogating this guy and start using him as a reference for the disguise kit to break into their base.
Sure.
So, where are guards located? Like, how are we going? You know what we're after, right?
Yeah, I mean, normally, I would suggest nighttime, because a lot of people are sleeping at nighttime in there. Basement, there's not a lot of guards. By the front door, you probably can get in the front door at nighttime, but trying to go that way could be a little bit sketchy. If you keep going that way, there's back door as well. Could possibly go up that way. The basement's just a really good bet. The only reason I say basement is upstairs there tends to be a couple more guards, and it's a little bit easier to get over to the
Where's our prize likely to be?
your prize. Your prize is either going to be in the basement, because low-ranking official. I don't know 100% everything, but my guess is either in the basement or at the top of the tower.
Even though this guy's like, filling his guts, can I make an insight check to see if he's pushing the basement awful hard to see if
Sure.
it's a trick?
Go for it. He seems pretty legit. I mean, he seems 100% legit. Like he's not lying. He wants to live.
Yeah. All right.
So he's doing
Well,
that.
not.
I pull out the jug at this point, take a swig from it.
What'd you get?
It's the same thing.
Someone vinegar. Ow.
Great vinegar.
Act accordingly. Look at, keep talking.
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
else
say,
do
if
you
don't
want?
keep-
What
if you don't
else?
keep
What else
talking,
do you
he'll keep
want to
doing
know?
that.
I
I
literally
really want
just-
you to pour it down his throat so he knows what you just took a swig of.
What do you want me to? I literally just answered the question. You asked
It's
where
true,
I
he
thought
did.
it was. I
did.
said
Oh,
top of the tower or basement.
I'm not very good at this.
So
do you
there's
have
two-
code word? Do you have code words or phrases or some sort of sign to get into the base?
No. I guess
Well, I
maybe
believe
some
you.
of the higher ranking guys do, but lower ranking guys we just kind of go in. They say they remember our faces and that's it. As far as it's gonna be another thing. It's gonna be pretty locked up at night. You're probably gonna want to get a master key of some form, or you got to be really good at picking locks.
Do you have a master key?
Oh, that wasn't a joke.
Well, you make it
Yeah.
sound like they're attainable. So like.
Oh no, but I mean
I'm
master
gonna
key
slap
by
him
like.
when he laughs.
I thought it was a
Vinegar
joke.
his eyes. Just
You're doing a
just
great
dip
job,
your fingers in and
Bad
just vinegar his eyes.
I don't understand. You can get it from. If you can try and get it from one of the lieutenants. If you can sneak around and pickpocket a key. Well, really good bet. Maybe if you wait till nighttime, one of the lieutenants, the name Elix the Saint, goes out to a tavern called the Tipsy Tankard. You might be able to get it from them there and then go in that way.
Do you know of any operations or that are being planned in the near future that we might be able to take advantage of? The place being understaffed.
No, I mean, no, nothing I can think of that would change the staffing of the place. Usually we just have a rotating group of people go out, come back in. There's no like it's not a specific time where there's gonna be less of us there.
They're not shorting cooks or anything, are they?
I mean, we probably could use a cook.
I'm a very good cook.
Like probably could
He
use a
likes to
cook,
think so.
but like we're also not accepting new members at the moment, so I'm pretty sure even if we could use a cook, the Guildmaster Dusk isn't going to allow that.
Is there any kind of surveillance system?
No, just the people that are on guard duty. Good thing about nighttime too is any of like the first couple of floors or possibly even the basement, which doesn't really even have any guards. You're only going to be seeing us lower level people. Everyone who's got a big name is going to be upstairs sleeping because they don't want to take the night shift.
Okay. Any traps or alarms that we could set off?
As far as alarms, none I can think of, but if you let me draw you a map, I can show you that there's some traps. Possibly, some traps in the basement that you'll have to get your way around. I imagine people of your skill can see the traps before they would get you.
I'm hoping Boop Snoop McBoop will stoop. I feel like that's where he's gonna shine.
So why didn't you tell us about the traps earlier?
Because we hadn't gotten to that part yet. Like, literally hadn't gotten... Like, I said, basement's good route. If you had said, oh, well, we're looking like go in the basement, I would have said, okay, here's a map with all the traps to make sure you're safe.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that after the insight check.
I
Okay.
was just like, but when we would get there, I would have said, here's a map with all the traps. Or at least, like, definitely keep an eye out. They don't tell me about every single trap that they put down there, but...
Will you sneak us in?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be of any use to you guys sneaking in. No.
Really?
Really.
He's
They know
clearly
I'm
not very
gone.
good.
They know I'm gone, and they probably think I'm compromised. If I go back there, I'm just going to die.
Oh, okay.
I don't plan on going back, kid me. Not
Sure.
a chance.
Sure. I get it. Anything else we want to ask this guy?
Do I, if any, like, contacts I could give him for, like, witness protection?
Yeah, I mean, Hank could try and set him up for witness protection. That's fine.
Yeah, just give him the name of, like, some guard captain somewhere or something.
Sure.
You're too
Someone-
nice. I thought you were gonna be like, how much have you ever lost in a coin toss? Like,
Someone who can disappear him for a price, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, Hank's on the straight and narrow.
No, I mean, but like a new life,
Yeah.
like new,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. They can disappear him, the person, to somewhere else with a new identity.
But yeah, I could draw you guys a map and get out of here with that information.
really, it's up to Helena Boehm Carter here.
Do we have any other questions for him though before we ask that he draw us this? We request permission to draw this map. Nothing. Okay.
I can't think of anything.
I just want to make sure I
Um,
wasn't the only one missing an obvious question.
Adrissa would.
What's
would
your
say
favorite color?
totally- Orange.
Is being
Interesting.
truthful?
Insight check him.
Don't waste a
I'm
good
also-
roll, or ruin a bad one. Now this is a great time to ruin a bad one.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually want me to?
Oh yeah. No, you asked the question. I need to see.
If he's
need to see
lying,
if
I'm
he's
gonna
being
kick him out of
truthful.
the loft.
You have no idea.
You can't quite get a read.
Orange, no yellow.
No one messes with Hank Shaw's.
Anyway, but yeah,
Maybe on the straight and narrow, but he's still like a vigilante.
discuss that.
How
I just
dare
hope
he
he-
misrepresent his favorite color.
Adrissa would.
You can
Say
lie
that's
to
totally
me, but
fine.
don't lie to the dog.
It's okay if he make sure he's not gonna be like running. He's not gonna get out of here if he tries to run. He knows that. He knows the situation he's in, so you feel free to cut him loose and have him draw a map for us.
Okay.
How many push-ups can you do?
I don't know. Probably not a lot. I'm a bandit. I don't like strength train or any of that. I just
You're more of a cardio guy.
a little more of a cardio guy.
Interesting. Are
So
most of you
he-
cardio guys?
I mean, some of us are not cardio guys.
Some of you a bit chonky.
Which one specifically?
I,
If there were 10 guys in there, how many of them would be cardio guys?
like a few.
How
Look,
many
man,
of them look like they can deadlift me?
maybe one.
Okay.
Okay. He draws you a map.
Oh.
We've been standing on the map this whole
The whole
time.
time.
God.
Time for
Doesn't
me to
make-
print screen because this is clearly going to be more than one off.
Oh yeah.
He does it art attack style and like draws it on like the floor of the barn.
Yeah. So he points out to the spot that said the painting is here. Yeah, that's Guildmaster Dusk's quarters right there. It's probably where it could be, or it could be all the way down in the basement potentially, in storage. And he points at the basement. Like I said, there are traps in here. Be careful. They do change them around from time to time, so I might not know the exact location. There's a lot of secret doors around. I kind of tried to point any of them out. Just one that I really know of. There could be more though. The way it is it's two buildings.
So he says the map says traps all over for training. How lethal are we talking here? Is this like danger room style?
I mean, the traps aren't going to kill you, but they're going to hurt. Maybe make you make a little noise. That'd be my guess.
Okay.
That's all. Nothing crazy. We just made it. It's so that they know that we know how to like see traps in case we're going anywhere. It's also a little bit of a maze in there. That should
Right.
that is the directions of the maze. You don't need to go to any of the dead ends. You should be okay. But yeah, like if you go on the back to the basement stairs, you can work your way. If you can find your way to the secret door, there's talk that door might go up the tower, or you can work your way in through the front and up the stairs. That's a little bit sketchier of a spot. Front, I mean by front, I mean also like the guild house main floor, or like the left part of the front. The right part is going to be good if you need a key. You could also potentially, if you can get up the right part, you might be able to go, I don't know if you guys have anything with like, make a bridge over to the other part. No, the doors are pretty boarded up. You'd have to break down the doors. That'd be pretty loud. Not the doors. The windows are pretty boarded up. That'd be kind of loud.
Tell me about the stables. Could we go into the stables and get into the guild house through the livery?
So there is delivery occasionally that happens.
Oh,
No, the livery.
Oh,
the
the
room
livery?
called the livery. Yeah.
But also
you
now
could.
there's delivery, so tell us a little bit about both.
What kind of
Um,
food they get?
Supplies are sometimes delivered to the guild house by riders on horseback or by mule-drawn cart. They're inspected by our stable master, but maybe you'd be able to hide in there and kind of sneak out if you can find a good way. You have to find someone that's gonna be like. There's a schedule
Could
in
we
the office.
pretend to be?
There is a schedule, so you'd have to know who comes in and comes out. I'm not not that bright, so I'm not really
Clearly.
given the ability to run the office, so I don't know what the schedule is. But there is a schedule, so they know who comes in and out. But if you can maybe tag along behind one, see if you can slip in quietly to the back of a carriage and maybe pop out before. Name's Laris Drott, our stable master.
Is this a well in between the two buildings?
I think it is.
How
Let me
often is that
double check on
used?
the map.
What if we had a vial of unknown liquid that might make people uncomfortable?
Like expired mayonnaise.
That really would make me uncomfortable.
I think that is supposed to be a well. It doesn't give. Oh, it is a well. There we go. On like the more detailed version of the map, it is indeed a well.
Perfect.
Oh, but yeah, it's a well there. In like, be careful if you're going. I mean, also a potential way if you have a key, you can go in the back of the left spot, but just be careful. There's a trap there. The door itself is trapped.
How did you get hired? You are a very weak link in an organization.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know.
Do your dad work there? Like,
No, I don't know. They saw potential.
you got in on
And,
scholarship? Clear something?
I'm
Some
literally
people
telling.
just fail upward.
I'm I'm telling you everything you need to know. I don't understand
Yeah,
why I'm getting the.
He's saying you
anyone-
got loose lips. You're selling out your.
Anyone in that organization would sell out for their life. Are you kidding me? We're thieves. Live
Fair.
and give information, or die, and die.
I doubt. I doubt
You
you
can't die
die twice. Yeah.
Probably not die twice. It's more of like I was just trying to emphasize the point of like.
Oh, do we want to use our one super rare resurrection scroll so we get to kill this guy twice?
Yeah, we could go buy a diamond worth 1,000
mean-
GP. Let's do this.
I think it'd be kind of funny.
Kill him twice.
So the traps aren't marked on this map?
We got the trap in the back door. And as far as, like I said, the trap in the basement area, they changed that. He did say that before.
Yep.
He did.
It's like an X-Man danger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for
there's
training.
a
That's
s-
why it says these are all over for training, is because it's supposed to train us. That is the layout of the maze, though. So if you just follow the right path, you should be okay. Traps are mostly in a dead end. Sometimes they're not in a dead end. Like, they might throw one in a non-dead end section just to make sure you can see it. But a lot of times it's to, say, how dare you go in the wrong direction. Or,
So on that map, right where the email at symbol is to the left of the office, I'm assuming is the well, but that probably
Yeah.
lines up to the secret door here someplace.
The well, oh yeah. No.
It's that
It's
area.
actually, it's too far. I mean, I'm looking at the 3 maps stacked on each other, like in detail, and it's too far to the north.
Gotcha.
It'd be, the secret door would probably end up not gliding up with the well. It doesn't say it does, but also geographic, also
Gotcha.
like by map layout.
So why does it say there's a secret door here, but you don't know where the secret door goes?
No, I just heard talk that there's a secret door there.
Oh.
Low, I can't stress enough that I am low ranking, and it is probably, I might even have more information than I'm supposed to.
Fair. All right, I think we try to go lift the key off that lieutenant at that bar.
Yeah.
What's his name? Larry?
Helix.
Larry it is.
Helix the Saint. Yeah, you can find him at the bar. He does travel. You might even be able to catch him before the bar,
What's he look like?
because he's got to walk towards. He's got a really gruff look about him. Looks kind of like a normal bandit, but damn, does he just? Ooh,
So here's
he's
my
a scary
thought.
man.
If I disguised myself with a disguise kit, I could just charm person him and say "Gib key." And then then I could just run out of there and he wouldn't know who I am. And we'd have the key. Sure, he'd know he'd been charmed by whatever I was disguised as.
But then if he got back before us, he'd like, oh, we need to change the locks. Some guy stole my key. Or if he gets back after us, he'd be like, hey, there's somebody who stole my key. Maybe they're skulking around.
Hmm.
I think we're at least gonna have to take him out of the equation for a little bit.
That's fair. Hello?
Murder it is.
Murder?
I have decent sleight of hand. I feel like I could pull it off of him, but I don't want to rob every gruff person that goes into a bar at night. I feel like it's all of them.
I mean, how long do we think we're going to be in there? Charm person lasts an hour.
I mean, I guess you could charm him, bring him out. We could just beat the shit out of him so that he could sleep it off.
The tavern's about 45 minutes away
Oh.
from
Okay.
the guild house.
Or charm him, lift the key, and then just like tell him to.
Yeah. I also have
drink
thieves'
himself.
tools, pretty good sleight of hand, and proficiency in thieves' tools. I could just try to pick the lock. That's a +10 right there.
You could have him break it up and he, like,
Lock picks
falls
and
asleep at night.
adventures tend to be a dexterity check with thieves' tools. So
I
Silence wouldn't go into that.
I want
Sorry.
you to run, like, sprint full tilt in the opposite direction of the Thieves Guild
You can buy you a little more time.
for the whole
if it's a
hour.
Yeah.
Until you pass out, but don't quite pass out, because then the spell will end.
Yeah, give yourself a level of exhaustion. That's the best I think I could do. Unless we think he's got less than 2d8, 48, 98 health, I could sleep him. We could take the key and just run for it. We could replace it with a different key so he doesn't even notice that he's missing a key. But if
I
I
think
can't...
trying to steal the key is a good call.
And I think we should do it without trying to pickpocket him. Because I feel like we're just going to mess that up somehow.
I mean,
Well, we could try pickpocket him and have a backup.
yeah. Like then we go to plan B. Like bludgeon him about the head for a bit.
How much health do we think this guy's going to have? Because if I cast sleep at 3rd level, that's 98.
What's the average on that? 30
Well-
something.
Well, like, we're level 5 and I have 43 health.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
How long does that last for?
A minute. So, like, we got to be quick about it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, we would just, like, literally, like, run in, search him as quick as possible, plant a different key, run out.
Okay.
Does he have to know, or could he just think he misplaced his key?
I don't know how vigilant they are about that. Like, maybe this is, like, a possession that, like, you just can't lose.
Maybe
Well, I'm
just
more
make-
thinking like if I lift the key off of him right before he goes into the bar, if he's at the bar all night, he won't notice until he comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but if he spots you...
Oh, then we're just gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, then we beat him up, take the key conventionally. That doesn't matter.
And now we have lieutenant's gear to dress up in.
I feel like it's not gonna go well for us if we fight right out the gate.
Fair. The alternative is my dex check plus proficiency, right? So that's still +6.
Yeah.
For
I think
what?
that'd still be for. Wait, for what are you talking about? Yeah.
Thieves' tools. If you're saying it's a dexterity check plus tools give you your proficiency bonus.
Thieves' tools are lock picks. Oh, you mean to pick the lock at the place instead of
Yeah,
trying to
so that's
lift
still
this key?
my dex bonus is +3. My proficiency bonus is +3, so I would have a +6 to try to pick the lock.
Yeah.
Plus bardic inspiration.
Yeah, if we can't lift the key, that's a solid backup. Give it a try.
Yeah. I will say that if you do end up like failing picking a lock, it's like it breaks off in it. You don't lose the thieves' tools, but you won't be able to just pick it continuously till it opens.
That door is done. It's yeah.
Yeah. Just as a
They gotta
heads up,
change
so-
the locks, but your picks are good.
Yeah, just as a heads up, so that you don't go in with the idea of just constantly trying to pick a lock, but it might make noise.
Yeah.
It just straight up, it's done after that.
It's better to have the key.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but if we fail at the lock picking, we can fuck up one door and then go get a key. Like we could fuck up at the basement door maybe. There's a lot of doors to try. But we could go back and get a key if the lock pick doesn't work. I don't know.
I think we go for the key first, because it's 45 minutes, so we don't want to like take an
Yeah.
hour to get there, try to lockpick, and then take an hour to get back.
God
Grab a
just
key and
damn
then
it.
take another hour.
I could have taken knock.
Augusta does chime in a
Knock
little
wouldn't
bit
have
and
been
say
helpful here.
time is. I agree with that. Time is a little bit of the essence, just because we think they might have a buyer for the painting that they've stolen.
Yeah, that was a question I was going to ask.
Time is a bit of the essence, just in case. I don't. If someone buys it, then it's going to be so much more difficult to track.
Okay. Well, let's
But,
go find this dude.
What time is it now?
It's getting nighttime. It's definitely getting towards the time where Elix would go out to the tavern.
So I guess we want to get over there. Oh wait, can we do something with the dog here? Is there any way we can track him by scent?
That's actually, I have it written down as a note. You mentioned that like he had like a cloth binding that he was chewing on.
What your guy that you're gonna let go? Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I was gonna have the dog like smell that, and then
Sure.
as we go that way, see if like he picks anything up there.
Sure.
Yeah. Before we actually like leave and like turn this guy over for our host to let go or whatever, Hank's gonna like write down a contact that he knew from like working with the water deep guard in the past or whatever. And
Yeah. You give it to him and
Yeah.
thanks. I don't think thieving's my business of choice anymore. I'll definitely go and do something a little bit more upright, a little more noble. Let's give it a shot.
I believe in you.
I don't know what
Thanks.
happened there. System glitch. I believe in you.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Do you just sound like that for us? Did you drop your guard? Definto.
No. How could I drop a guard? I was never holding a guard.
Anyway, so you're trying to pick up the scent of the cloth binding?
yeah, like pick up the guy's scent off of like his bindings.
This
Like-
Felix's scent? Or are you trying to pick up
The guy who we just questioned.
Grinky's scent? Okay, sure. You're going to the guild house first.
I think we're gonna go find the lieutenant, but I just want to have the dog pick up this guy's scent so that while we're traveling around, maybe we can find like a way he's gone before, or get like some inclination that maybe he ran back to the guild house to warn them or something like that.
Is that investigation check? Is that normally? Or no, it's survival with advantage.
Yeah.
Because of that. Sure.
You want me to roll that now, or just whenever it comes up?
Sure. And then I'll just
Okay.
When it comes up, we'll see.
Oh, I need the dogs.
You do need the actual.
And probably
Mastiff.
needed to have the.
What's this? Yeah.
Yeah, need to look up the rules on that. Sorry.
Mastiff, you are.
Look at the puppy.
Oh, I think it gets my proficiency on its checks, if it is proficient.
It would be proficient. It's not proficient in survival. It's only proficient in perception.
That's weird.
Jerk.
Survive.
Let me give you ownership of it in a few seconds. Ownership. Hank. Owner. Save changes.
What about? Could I roll the survival with the dog helping then?
Sure. I can give yourself advantage on your survival check. Really good.
Yeah, because I have a +7 in survival. So I was like, it's weird that the dog doesn't have a good survival check for like tracking.
Right? It's strange. Perceptions is only good. Good thing.
Okay.
But yeah. So you make your way towards the tipsy tankard. On your way there, probably about 20 minutes from the barn, your dog picks up the scent going in the opposite direction from the tipsy tankard. You imagine is where the guild house would be. But since you're not going that way, at least you know the direction to go.
Yeah.
But you do head your way towards the tipsy tankard.
While we're on our way, I don't want to share a thought. If we could get anything out of the alchemy jug that, wouldn't like hurt someone, but could make them, give them some gastrointestinal distress.
Mayonnaise it is.
Yeah, maybe if we just dump a bunch of that in the well in a few hours, maybe that incapacitates some guards.
So here's the thing. He can only do that once a day, but he picked balsamic vinegar, which kind of works. We'll throw off the pH balance of their well, and they'll all just slowly die.
I don't know if my character knows this, but I would know this. It takes a bit to
How much
poison
do
a
we
water
got?
supply.
Yeah.
And also, it also takes time for them to keep continuously drinking from the contaminated water supply. Really, you could just take a shit in the water supply; it would work. Like,
I'm holding the jug over the well. Do I do it?
You're not at the guild house.
Oh, sorry.
You went the opposite direction.
Go to the tavern.
We actually split the party, and Boop Snoop Big Boople Snoot is standing over the well. He's like, I feel the urge to do this.
I mean, I feel like these are the campaigns where you can split the party. However, we haven't, and we need to go get that key.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so in this specific
Bugger
case,
guy.
you actually see him. Let me transition everything to darkness real quick. As you're approaching an alley, you see him go down an alleyway. Before you even make it to the tipsy tankard, he's just walking down the alleyway,
Towards us or away from us?
away from you. I guess he's like here
Um,
right now.
Should half of us go around and like cut him off? Catch
Is
him in
that-
between.
Is that possible?
You have to run a lot. You probably hear you guys
Um,
run.
So he's one. He is 2 movements for me,
Me too.
and if we're doing it in combat step.
I've got something for this. I'll distract him with a bat.
It's a little
That's-
bit. I mean, he's not going super fast. He's just kind of making his. I guess. So he was like here, and he's just like kind of walking back and forth,
I was
singing a
just
little
pacing.
tune, just pacing while he's walking down the alley.
Yeah, I could distract him with like a bat or something. Or a rat.
Slowly making his way
oh.
to the end.
Could you distract him with a bat, and then I'll go chase after it like it's my pet bat, and I'll keep talking to him, and I'm
Yeah,
really
alright,
persuasive.
Before it gets to the end,
Okay, this is like right
Hank's
here
going
when you
to-
start.
yeah, take off his hat of vermin. He's gonna
Okay.
reach in. He's gonna pull out a bat. And he's just gonna let it go, and it's gonna fly away from him.
Okay.
Because that's what it says it does. It says if not otherwise like interacted with, it just flies, it moves away from you as fast as possible.
Okay. North is one, and then we're going around. You lucky son of a bitch. It goes directly towards him. The bat just goes right towards him.
So I'm
It
gonna
just starts flying.
I'm gonna chase after it, I guess, and pretend like it's my pet to try to distract him longer.
Why are you going to do this? I'm gonna
So
cast
tiny.
Oh wait, you got a spell?
yeah.
Okay,
I
you
was
do
gonna
it.
I was gonna cast oh, what the fuck is it called? Let me go to my spell book. I was gonna do cast pass without a trace and come up and pickpocket him.
Oh,
Do
okay.
it.
See, my thoughts were just that, like, if we could distract him with something
The bat is just
trivial,
going.
he might just come back towards to check it out. Like, oh, what was that noise?
He does
Bat.
stop there and he kind of like shoos the bat away,
Yeah. So like, now he's stopped. Now you could do that.
and the bat just kind of is floating around a little bit, and it's like, get out of here! What are you doing? Go, go, go! And the bat like hits both walls, trying to like leave this little alleyway. Like, get out! Get! And the bat's like,
All right. I'm gonna burn 2 key points and do pass without a trace to get +10 to sneak.
not normally bats in these alleyways. What happened here?
Yes, there's bats everywhere.
Where do I keep track of
Fine.
those?
So you're in Foundry. Your key points are under features.
Found them. Yep, found them. Okay, so that takes me down to those.
So you got a +10.
All right, so I have to roll stealth, and do I get with advantage because there's a bat?
Not for stealth. No, it's
Okay.
just a normal. I mean, you already have a +10 plus whatever stealth you have. You're doing. You got it.
Hey,
So-
we have the pop-up now for skill checks.
Yeah.
22 plus 10, 32.
You're pretty stealthy. You feel very stealthy.
That's the stealthiest I've ever been. So I'm gonna
He's-
sneak up to him and try to steal the key.
He's like looking at the light over here. It must have been the light that attracted it. So you can move your
What?
character over.
Bats are blind.
No, they're not.
You think
He's-
this man is smart?
He's also dumb. He's proficient in the skill of dumb. He rolls at dumb at advantage.
So roll sleight of hand.
That's literally the saying. Blind is a bat.
All right, do I get advantage on sleight of hand because of the bat?
No.
23.
You lift the key.
And now I am coming right the fuck back.
He's like, whatever. Just a bat. And just walks away.
It worked.
Yay.
The
Huzzah.
simplest option was the best option. Efficiency
Let's-
is king.
Let's leave.
Okay. So you make your way to the guild house. Pull that up real quick. View scene. Where did I put all of you people? Out front. If you don't have dark vision, it's going to be really dark because there's actually no lights on the outside of the guild house. Which direction were you coming from specifically?
I think at this point, probably just follow the guy's path until we.
So
Perfect.
I guess you guys would be. I'm gonna give you. Yeah, because there's actually no lights on the outside because they're all boarded up windows. It's only lights on the inside. So I'm very sorry for you who don't have dark vision.
Is it
I think my
actually
character-
pitch black outside?
Oh, my
though?
character
It's-
has dark vision, yeah.
It's pitch black at this point. Yeah, it is. It is nighttime. You get like a little.
Did you
light
guys
here.
all
Yeah, but, like,
again
there's no
not take
moonlight.
dark vision?
Dark vision.
Yeah, it's new moon.
I just did not figure we'd ever be in the pitch black.
This is
That's how-
2 campaigns in a row. Or, sorry, 3 campaigns in a row.
This is an urban setting.
The last one was at the North Pole, apparently.
Okay. So you make your way up a winding cobble street that runs parallel to a small river.
If you say so.
So you see a big wooden complex consisting of a main building with adorning tower and basement, as well as a livery area that includes stables and the office. So you saw off the map. There's the area on the right area, which is like the stables and the office. The left area is the like main guild hall and sleep and whatnot.
Somebody hold my hand. I'm afraid of the dark.
You are far enough away. I need to bring up this tiny. Yeah. You are far enough away that You saw there was a note that said lookout station on the balcony. Like, you're far enough away that a lookout wouldn't be able to see you, but you do know that there's a lookout on the balcony itself. Can I actually mess with the lighting of this map?
How direct of an approach do you guys want to do?
Does that help at all? Okay, Definto has. Can you see? You can see. You can see anyone near.
I
Right?
see nothing.
He wouldn't be able to see anything.
Like,
No.
absolutely
The
nothing.
map would be completely black. That's
Yarp.
what Sildar has to deal with all the time.
Stream content. Let's go.
Because it's nighttime.
Didn't think about that.
It's too bright anyway.
Oh God, 1 second. If you make me use all of my key points for this,
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
could
hate you.
light a torch. I don't want
We're
to.
not lighting a fucking torch to break in.
I
So
know.
there's no lights at all from the buildings in front of us. It's
they
completely
boarded
dark.
the
the
way it
windows.
works, it's boarded up. The windows
Yeah.
are boarded up.
That's why I asked about moonlight. I was like, we're in an urban setting. There's no street arcana lamps.
Yeah,
That's
wait, we're
okay.
outside right now?
Yeah, at a deliberately, like, God.
How do I?
How long did it take us to get here?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Okay,
Well,
here's the
probably
important
took you
part.
like, took you like 35 minutes. To
Okay,
get
here's
there
the important
because-
part. I have 25 minutes have passed without a trace. So
Sure.
before I decided to cast Dark Vision on fucking on Robot the Dobot, I kind of want to go check the key and see if I can get in the front door, and then maybe this won't matter in a second.
Sure.
If it doesn't work, I will burn my remaining key points so that you can see
no, but
from
also
here to the deck.
here's
I also cannot see.
your dog can see though, right? And you can see through the eyes of your dog.
Let me bring your Mastiff back out here real quick.
Mastiff have dark vision.
I believe so. So I
Let
think you
me
can
give
see that way.
him Vision enabled update token. No. Maybe features. Nope.
No dark vision, really?
Negative.
Not
Okay, well-
saying it has dark vision.
Each one of us will hold one of your hands, and you'll just guide us into the first room.
Gee.
Is this where we use the oil of etherealness? I can give us each a bardic inspiration die, but that only lasts 10 minutes. Okay. I could use disguise self to look like the lieutenant, and you could give me the key,
You still can't actually see.
and I
Well,
could bring you guys in as prisoners.
I don't like that.
I don't think we should have taken the key if we're gonna try to come in as prisoners. I was hoping that we can just go in the front door, but maybe there'll be people there on the night shift. I also had the disguise kit, so I had planned on dressing up like a thief as well.
I like the idea of trying to like unlock the back door of the main guild house and get into the basement.
That's the one that's trapped.
Oh, I thought the one that was trapped was the like
There's
tower or the one with the tower. Is that not the main
Well,
guild house?
the maze is trapped, but if you, it's only trapped if you go the wrong way, and we have the map to the end.
Yeah, but specifically the map says the back door to the guild house is trapped.
Sorry. I meant the other house, the one that goes to the basement.
The one that goes to the basement does not appear to the back door does not appear to be trapped. The back door to the guild house's main floor is trapped, and that's one of the places that we think the painting would be.
Yeah. So sorry. I meant. I guess. I figured our best bet was to use the key on the door to the right hand house, the back door there, the one.
The
that, like-
office.
Yeah, and then we just go right to the basement, in like the very next room.
Yeah,
We can investigate that secret tunnel.
Check the storage for the painting because it could be there.
Yep. Is that a turret off the left-hand side? That's not like a paddock, right?
I think that's a tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's towers off to the left. There's a big old
Yeah.
tower.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I like that
If-
plan best.
If we're gonna go in the right-hand building, I think we should sneak in through the stables.
Is this a master key?
I assume the lieutenant's key gets us in anything, but we haven't tested any of it, and two of you can't
Well,
see.
he mentioned a master key. Did he tell us that these guys had master keys?
The master key was a euphemism for breaking and entering.
What's that?
No.
He said that you're able to get that the lieutenants have special keys.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we go in through the stables, we still have to pass through the livery. But if like we go through the back door, it's literally just like we take a right and then there's the stairs to the basement.
Yeah, I just thought that through the stables we have more of an opportunity to sneak around and get long views to make sure that there aren't people watching. I'm worried that there's somebody just
Maybe.
staring at the back door.
He did say though that there was somebody who works in the stables and like gets deliveries, like
At
handles
night?
deliveries.
He could live in the stables for all we know.
Maybe he sleeps in the hayloft.
We didn't actually
Fair.
get a delivery schedule, right? We just got told there were deliveries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the delivery schedule's in.
He said he didn't know the delivery schedule.
It could be at night. Maybe that's how they get a discount.
That sounds like that would have been an opportunity for us to get in without the key. Like we could have watched and waited for the delivery to come through.
Yeah.
All right. Grab somebody's hand. There, Boop Snoop McBoople Stoop, and I'll grab the other person's hand, and we're gonna walk them around
No,
to the back
Boop
to the
Snoop
basement.
can see. It's me and Hank that can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab DeFinto's hand.
That's what I'm talking about. You grab somebody's hand. I'm
Oh.
grabbing somebody else's hand, and we're leading them around.
Okay. Let's go, buddy. I can't see you at all, so you'll have to.
I can move the other two tokens like to follow you. Yeah. So do a group stealth check if you're doing.
Is
Yeah,
it
this is so bad.
possible to put like a light effect on both of those guys and we'll just follow them around?
I mean, once you get inside, yeah. I'm trying to make a moon effect, but it just straight up says no.
What are we
There is
rolling
no
here?
moon
Stealth?
effect. Yeah.
That's six.
Oh,
The
Not too much.
selling
Yeah.
catalogs.
I'm at-
I'm
No.
rustling all over the place.
Joss, you stop moving a little bit.
Yep,
Come
yep.
back.
Yep.
I
Yep.
just got you at least a dim light so like DeFinto can see you. That's
just-
your person you're going.
When he rolled a 6, I started wanting to move a little faster.
I mean, you have a 28, so you feel like yes, Boop Snoop McBoople Stoot did do a little bit of a. He went to go move in a direction and tripped a little bit. Some of his brochures fell out of his pack.
Damn it.
In the ground.
Did you place a light on someone?
Yeah, you can see Jasu now.
No,
You
I
can see
can't.
dim light around.
I can't
Ye-
see anything either.
Your token should be able to see Jasu now.
No.
I can't even see them, so probably not. Let me move forward. There we go.
Can you see Jasu if you?
I have no idea where he is.
I can't see anything at all.
Can you see that now?
No.
You have zero vision.
Yeah.
I have normal dark vision.
I see nothing.
I see no lights, no nothing. I can. Oh, there we go.
Can you see everything now?
Yeah.
You
I
shouldn't
still
be able
cannot.
to have that. That's wrong. You see, without any light is 0 feet. What is it? Be 5 feet?
I see stuff now.
You
Yeah.
see some like
Th-
basic
this
stuff,
is
right?
this is what I should see. I can see more than I should because of Fog of War that uncovered the first time, but like I can see a clear circle around me, Definto,
Now I can-
Definto, Boop Stoop, and other dudes.
Yeah, it put you guys at
Jasu.
0 vision without. I give you guys 5 feet of vision without light,
Okay,
and then it showed you guys the ability to at least see.
there we go.
Give the Mastiff 5 feet of vision without light too.
Actually, if you turn off the light on Jasu now, that's probably enough if I can see
Are
5
you,
feet.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot.
If I can see my friends, that's good enough. I just need to know what direction to move in.
Why are you still at 0 update token? Stop trying to give Josu dim light, please. Thank you. Nope. It just wants to give him dim light.
Rip. That's okay. Let's
Nope.
keep going.
Doesn't matter what I do.
I hand DeFinto a small vial of liquid. Say, here, drink this, and it might help you see.
I'm gonna drink that
Oh.
shit.
You're
That's
dimly
vinegar.
lit now.
Press X to doubt.
I'm a warforged, my dude. Well,
You begin to rust.
Nothing happens.
was it balsamic vinegar? I can't taste.
It was, yeah.
So thank you for this gift. I'll
You're
cherish it forever. It has a strangely high acidic value for something you would give to a friend. Although I can't taste it, I'm sure it was delicious.
Yeah,
But
you just have dim
seriously.
light. We're gonna pretend you don't have that, but
That's
I
pretty
can't
good.
fix that right now. It's just, it will not take that away from you. What if I give you bright light, update it, then I take both away?
Now we can see.
Nope,
Oh,
it's
now I can.
still
I'm
the
gonna
same.
make myself an Aperol spritz. Ugh.
While I try and fix this.
Now there's a sentence.
Of the sentences that could be, that is certainly one of them.
I've never heard another sentence.
That is
As
definitely
our
one of
group
the-
bard, I believe you.
That is definitely one of the sentences of all time.
Okay, we're good
It's
now.
on there.
I
Of
just
all the
had to lower
sentences that
it.
could be, it's certainly one of them.
For some reason, I couldn't go from 20 feet of dim light to 0. I had to go from 20 to 5 to 0, and then it was like, you're good. Anyway, now you two can see in a small cone around you.
Oh.
You have basic vision.
And bad stealth.
And bad stealth. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I feel like you guys still feel relatively stealthy, even though Boop Snoop wasn't super stealthy. You feel relatively stealthy.
He's the one leading me, so let's go.
He is.
Do you think we should leave a flyer?
No.
You guys
Stop
have
leaving evidence.
full movement, by the way.
We could put one in the mailbox if we see it. It would look like regular mail.
I was gonna say, if the opportunity presents itself where it won't be incredibly obvious, I'm considering it.
I mean, Boop Snoop from the front door and I guess Josu also would have seen the front door as you approached. The lengthy porch, nailed to the lengthy porch are short planks that bear the words "private property, no trespassing" in common. And you do just barely make out a lookout that's on the second floor to the left of the left house. Doesn't seem to have noticed the pamphlets hitting the floor or anything like that.
No. And there are no lookouts in the right-hand house?
Correct, it's just the left-hand house.
Can I break away from the group stealth to just quickly walk over to the doorway of the stable since I see that they're open just to peek in?
For the stables? Sure.
Well, because I can see them, they can't, but wait right, I'm going to whisper, wait right here. And then...
No one else is moving, you're good.
Perfect.
So, in these stables, you see horses. Who would have thunk? The door is open. It's a stable door, so you can open it pretty easily. There's no
Well,
lock or
actually,
anything on that specific one.
because I was going to say, on the map, but there's not even a door. It's just
Yeah,
wide.
it's just like kind of a gate, I guess, to keep the horses from just running out if they were out and about in the stables. Yeah. And it opens up really easily. It's not squeaky or anything. And you see 10 horse stables and a hayloft line the walls of this barn, which has an open doorway at each end. Flies swarm around a full dung cart that exudes a horrible stench. The dung cart's in the south section. You don't notice anything other than the horses in here.
I could talk. If I get in there, I could talk to them and ask them when deliveries happen.
Time is of the essence, though. I don't know if we can afford to go back and wait. Because they said they already had a buyer lined up.
They said they might have a buyer lined up. The longer we take, the more likely it's going to be that they get sold. But
I could ask them how many people are around.
Ask them if there's anybody in the adjacent room. They might have better hearing than us. I don't know how horse hearing works.
I mean, I'm not there right now, so
you also can't see. So
yeah,
I'm gonna.
that's why I'm not there.
I don't see anybody. There, can I see more than my character sees when you describe that? Like, is it clear that there's nobody in the stables, or am I not sure?
You can't see fully around the second floor of the stables, but you can see because of the way that the walkway, the
Yep.
hayloft walkway obscures. But from what you can see, there's no one else in the stables other than the 10 horses.
All right, I'm gonna head on back, and we should walk just around the stables. I don't think it saves us any time.
Sounds good to me.
Once we get into the stables, does my mastiff hear anybody like up in the hayloft or anything?
You can do a perception check. Does he have advantage? It's not on smell, or is it also on smell? Smell and healing.
Keen
Oh,
hearing
nice.
and smell.
Give him advantage plus your proficiency bonus because he has proficiency in it. So that'll be a
Is it not?
+6
Trying to follow the group. I
for
don't know
a
where they went.
perception check
Oh, there
with
they are.
advantage. It does right there.
Ow, you stepped on my toe.
And the building's on high alert. Your mastiffs can hear a little bit of snoring in the top loft.
All right, I'll
the hayloft.
relay that to the party and let them know there's somebody sleeping in the loft. The sounds
Good to
of it.
know. I'm worried that if we go through the stables, maybe the dog will startle the horses. Not that I don't think the dog isn't a good boy, but I don't think the horses are necessarily.
I could calm the horses. I could talk to them beforehand, make sure it's cool. I mean, if we're going through the stables, the horses are going to see us anyway, so...
I mean, I'm not worried about the horses being spooked by people, but generally,
Yeah.
like other animals, sometimes frighten them. But
yeah.
let's we can go around. I don't think it saves us any time. We have the key to get into the basement, so let's just do that way.
Okay.
And I don't see anybody around this corner.
No, there doesn't seem to be anyone outside at the moment. I just enjoy this little small movements.
Can't see.
You gotta keep up.
I was trying to pull you up.
What I need to do is I need to get some goggles of night and then put them on the dog so that it can be a seeing eye dog.
Perfect.
Aha. Or you could put them on yourself. Then you could
No.
see.
No.
There's light inside of the livery.
Why did you go? How did you just move your character all the way down there?
I didn't. My character was already down there.
Oh, are you seeing me move him up? Because I'm moving him up right now.
Now I do, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's what
now I'm back. Now I'm way back.
I meant.
Heck.
All right, Boop Snoop, can you see any posted guards?
You're seeing your character teleport back.
Yeah, I'm way back here now.
Around the
you
corner or
gotta-
in front of us, you mean?
You gotta move him up then. Yeah, I guess it's on you. You don't see any posted guards now.
Okay. I don't.
What the?
If you move him up, does it rubber band again or no?
Yeah.
It keeps just rubber banding Hank.
No. Now it seems
Okay, now you're good.
fine.
What is this last epoch?
Anyway, so you don't see any guards posted in the back at all.
So are we just walking up that staircase in front of us, or are we going through the stables, through the livery?
We're walking towards the staircase. That's where the door is to get to the basement.
Okay.
But that's why I was asking if you saw any guards or anything.
I don't think I do. I'd like to get close to the door and then listen extra well for any movement inside.
Sure. So do boop snoop McBoople stoot. Do
Thank
a
you.
perception check.
Boy.
You
Nah.
You don't hear anything.
That's not it.
Is there a wall there technically? No,
All right,
yeah.
because I still
Sorry.
have without a
Yeah.
trace. I'll go in first.
Sure. Do another stealth check for me for yourself for like scouting purposes.
While he's going inside, I'm going to tap the side of my head like my ears are clogged, and then I'm gonna take another vial. This time, a vial of liquid from my belt, like last time, not the balsamic vinegar, but last mission, and take a swig from it
Sure.
and drink a
Potion of death.
mutagen craft precipient, which gives me advantage on all wisdom checks and disadvantage on charisma checks.
Oh.
You better not have
Cool.
to do any talking.
That's disadvantage
I'll
with a
do
minus
the
one.
talking.
The door is unlocked now.
Perfect.
I'll
I
unlock
just
it.
didn't want to do it until you were ready. So
Okay. So I'll keep the doors locked until I'm ready. But you have the master key, so it does actually open up just fine. And you do feel very stealthy while opening the door. Hanging on the walls of the small muddy room are several riding cloaks, bits and harnesses, oil lanterns, and coils of rope. There's a door to your east, and there's a door to your south.
interesting. I signal that it's fine, but also our map is not necessarily correct. There's a wall where there shouldn't be. But I'm assuming, he drew it. It's just like,
Yeah, he drew it. Maybe he's not the best artiste. Because, I mean, he
We
had a
even
really
had-
good insight check to see. There was a really good insight check to see if he was lying or not, and he was telling the truth.
well, we don't have a choice. It looks like we go into the office or we don't go this way at all.
Oh. So it's not just a door there.
Yeah. So
Wait, what?
So everyone else make a stealth check as you enter the building. Jasu did his enter the building stealth check.
There we go.
That's a crit.
Right.
Okay. Stealth.
I'm gonna open this map up in a separate window entirely, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys just changed places. Oh boy.
It's fine.
Okay. No, it's
Quick.
fine.
That
Everything's
still
fine.
evens out to be decent.
Yeah.
Grab a cloak and put it on.
It does even out to be pretty decent. But yeah, so you your thing, and you're able to open the door to the office just fine. Definitive does
I-
not feel very sneaky. But
I would like to rifle through the cloaks hanging up and see if I can find anything useful.
do an investigation check.
Any notes or
I'll help you.
extra keys or anything.
while you're doing that, I want to not be just.
You have advantage on that.
You have
investigation check.
advantage. I said I'd help.
My bad.
Yes.
You
Much
find
better.
nothing of value. You can take a cloak if you'd like.
Yeah, Hank
Or
will
a-
take one and
Sure.
throw it on.
There's also
there-
some rope,
Hmm.
oil lanterns in the office that you see. So a wooden countertop divides the room. Signboards display services and fees for stabling and room rentals. 2 keys hang from hooks on the east wall above the counter. A third hook is bare.
How
Hmm.
many oil lanterns?
There's 1 oil lantern that is lit, and there are 2 unlit oil lanterns in that room.
I'm gonna take the 2 unlit ones.
Sure.
Just to have in case the basement's dark. One of them I'll clip onto the dog's collar.
Sure.
The other one on my belt.
Who do I know has the better investigation check?
I have a +3, not.
I was.
super.
I'm a
You're
very
the-
good investigator.
You're the best. I'm a -1
Yeah.
investigator.
Somebody needs to check the wall back in that entryway because there's a room missing. and I
Alright.
can't.
I'd like to look around and see if there's any secret. I'd like to go around the wall and see if there's any secret doors, secret
Do a perception check.
Can I
things.
help?
Sure.
Oh shit! If it's it's finally a perception check. I have good perception.
I already have advantage on perception.
Oh,
Perfect.
Nice. So you kind of put your hand up against the wall, and you're feeling the wall. Definto's kind of saying, like, "Not over here, not over here."
I'm ignoring him completely.
And you're able to find a lever, or sorry, a little hidden button behind one of the paintings on the wall. Clicks into place, and then a door opens up in the north part of the room.
Is this the
You're
office?
I thought you were out here. I thought.
Is this the
Oh,
office
whichever.
right
Yeah, I didn't know which
Yeah.
one we were looking through.
I thought you guys were looking through in the office.
now?
So like
I
you'd all
would
be in the office area.
like to take a quick look to see if I can find that ledger he mentioned with like deliveries and stuff.
Do a investigation check.
I will help.
Helping.
Nope,
Oh,
You
no.
cannot find a ledger.
Oh no!
My bad. I should have been helping you.
That is okay.
But you do not find a ledger.
I mean,
But there is a
already...
room that opened up to the north. You can see a wooden staircase in the northeast corner. This empty, boarded-up room leads to a lower area.
Do we go through the? Oh, we do go through the office.
Yeah.
Oh, just sanity's sake, 1 second. If somebody's doing a perimeter check, I'm closing the back door.
Oh yeah.
That's smart.
Good call.
yeah.
We
I
should
You
agree.
can
close the
lock.
door.
You can relock them too if you want.
Let's say if they whatever doors were locked, let's say I relock the outside door.
Oh, the outside door. Okay.
Yeah.
About to go for a trip.
Oh,
What?
I can 3 times per day. I can make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh.
It wasn't showing up properly in Foundry.
I'm gonna for movement's sake, I'm gonna clump all you guys up, and then we're gonna.
Yep. And then we're all gonna take a trip to the basement, which is probably down here somewhere.
Correct.
We're gonna see everything.
That's not true.
I have some stuff to do once we're in the basement.
I can see everything.
Well, that's actually that's the most amazing thing I've seen. The room is actually literally right here, so I don't have to make it so that you can see everything
Well,
now. Boo Snoop shouldn't actually, or Hank shouldn't be that far up, but
It's fine.
Yeah, you're
Barrels.
It
You
is
physically
it is
actually
pitch,
can't see anything.
Yeah,
pitch
me
black
neither.
in the basement.
Assuming
So I
there aren't
guess
going
it
to be any
would
people
probably
down
have
here.
been
I'd like-
Jasude there and Hank there.
Oh, now I can see things.
What were you gonna say, Hank?
Barrels.
I'd like to light up my lanterns.
Sure.
And also, at this point, I'd like to probably pull out another vermin, and cast a couple spells, because these are the only spells I have.
What's a lantern? Is it 40-20? 40 dim, 20 bright?
Is it? Oh, did it get added to my inventory?
No, I need to actually.
Okay.
Before you do that, can I take 1 step forward?
Yep. Yeah, you can check around for people before I do that.
Okay, now you can light the lantern.
Okay.
30 bright and 30 dim, so it's actually 60 feet total.
And we don't see any traps, right? I've got a 15 passive perception.
You do not. This dank cellar reeks of soured wine. Wooden trunks line the south wall, and a chamber to the east contains stacks of barrels and crates.
I'm sorry. All I heard was darkness, 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 darkness.
You can see. I mean, you guys can move down the stairs. You're currently moving down the stairs. You have to move around the wall.
I don't know which way to go.
To the right.
I would.
I'm looking through your tokens, Vidget.
I'd like to.
Hank would have to move with his lantern further, but yeah.
I'd like to pull a rat out of my hat.
Sure.
And cast first animal friendship on it. I don't know how to mark off my spell slots.
Make that rat a full.
Whenever you cast the spell, it'll automatically deduct one, but I usually what I'll do is I'll go into D&D Beyond and I track most of my stuff in there.
Yeah, I don't know how to cast a spell. I'm clicking on the. Oh, do I just like drag it?
You should just
If
have
it's
to
not
click
a
on it.
if it's not a dice roll, sometimes it doesn't have a thing.
If you click on the dice to the side of Animal Friendship, it'll ask you whether, in
Oh,
Foundry,
okay.
would you want to cast a spell or not,
So
and then
yeah,
it will
I'd
just
cast
cast it.
animal friendship on the rat
Okay,
so that it will be friendly to me because it starts off
it
neutral.
is.
And then I'd like to cast Beast Bond on it so I can share senses and communicate with it.
Sure.
And I would like to offer it. I will give it some rations if it will act as a scout for us in this basement.
It's yeah. It chirps very happily and says yeah. Well, it doesn't say anything because you can't understand it, but it.
No, he can because he just beast
Yep.
pacted with it.
Yeah, Beast
Does
Bond
Beast Bond let you talk to an animal?
telepathically communicate
Oh.
simple emotions and concepts back to you, but it can understand your messages.
Okay, so yeah, it's not going to say words to you, but it'll happily take your treat.
Yeah,
How
but
do I
like
attune stuff? Done it before.
yeah, just so
It's-
like it can alert us if it sees any traps or
Owner Hank.
other
me how you
rats that know
attune
the place
stuff.
better.
What are you trying to attune?
My cloak. It says attunement required.
Wait, is it you have the attune? It's currently click on the gear to the side. No, okay, I guess not.
Me clicking on it
Oh,
just says
right
attunement.
click it, hit right click on it, and then hit attune.
Oh, perfect.
There you go.
I've attuned 2 things now ever.
It's a max of 3 in D&D as far as.
I
what you
was
can be
curious
attuned
what
to.
that. Yeah,
There is. That's why it exists, so you can't have too many of those.
I had assumed it was something like that, but I just hadn't gotten there.
Wait, so yeah, that's what you see. A door off to the east.
If we're ready, I can make sure the door is unlocked. Or actually, no, the rat should be able to just go under the door. The rats can go under just about anything.
Good.
Yep, I'll send the rat ahead to see if it can find anything.
So the rat, 10-foot square pool of murking water occupies most of this unlit room. A narrow ledge surrounds the pool, and a chalk-drawn arrow on the east wall points down.
It walks into a rat trap and takes the cheese. Damn it.
Oh, whoops. No,
What?
rat, come back. I misclicked.
You want me to bring the rat back into your?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Back to our side. Well. I should have just cast Speak with Animals, because for some reason I thought Beast Bond let me, like, use its senses, too.
I guess have
You
him
know what?
scratch on the door if nobody's on the other side.
Yeah, the only useful spell I actually have is, Hunter's Mark, so I am just gonna also burn a Speak with Animals, just to make this a little bit easier. And yeah, so the rat, I will ask the rat what it saw, assuming it will communicate the pool.
Yeah, it would communicate.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a pool of water on the other side and an arrow pointing down. So we probably have to swim.
Oh, I guess. Give me a second. Missed a little bit of a note on the top of the door. That kind of a little bit. On the top of the door leading to the pool area. There's a note that says, "Here are the rules. Look for keys and keyholes. Watch out for my pets. Follow the arrows, but don't let them hit you. Trust your ears, and remember, a little pressure can be a good thing. Get out alive. Remember, you wanted this. Good luck, Grunt." And then Dusk, signed Dusk.
How much do you want to bet the map he drew of the maze isn't going to be the maze we're about to face? We didn't ask
Oh,
him about
100%.
that. Yeah.
He said don't go down the dead ends.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to match up. I don't think we're going to know where the dead ends are because we don't actually have a map for it.
Remember, this is also only a 50% likelihood if it's a 50-50 that the thing's down here. It's more than likely with the higher rank people in the upper floor of the guild hall.
I'm hoping that we do find the secret tunnel at the end, and that gets us into the upper floor.
Or at least gets us into the
Yeah.
main guild house undetected.
I should have pulled a toad out of the hat. I didn't expect water.
Oh. Am I good to open the door yet, or do we not
Yep,
know?
you're good.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give the rat the cheese because I'm assuming it's not going to follow us into the water.
Okay, so there's a tunnel, I'm assuming, underneath there?
To the east,
Yeah.
potentially.
I would like to take a look around the room and see if there's any secret doors in this room.
I'll help you.
I don't need help, but thank you.
He has advantage for the rest of the day on
So
wisdom saves.
That's an investigation check.
I'll take your help.
It gives me it tells me in the module when to do investigation and perception, which I enjoy.
Okay.
So
I'll help. Your good buddy DeFinto will help you.
Thank you. Boop Snoop McBooblestoot appreciates you.
are you going into the pool itself, or are you just
This is just me looking around
Alright.
above the water to see if there's any other
So
options.
You do not see anything. You do look
Okay.
at the pool, and your vision, like, the pool is so murky it can't look through the surface. Like, it's not clear enough to actually look all the way down there.
Does anybody have any weird water skills? I can't remember if I do or not. I don't think
And it
so.
doesn't need to breathe.
All right, Definto, go check in the bottom of that pool.
Can the rat swim?
Wait, Definto can't look at the bottom of the pool because he can't see in there because he doesn't have dark vision. I assume the lantern doesn't go through the water.
Here, take my lantern.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I'll go into the water and check.
Gonna say, can the rat swim? Is it a Norway rat?
I got mage hand. I
so-
can push him lower into the pool.
You dive into the pool,
Hmm.
and do an investigation check.
Nope.
You do not find anything.
Okay. Can I
You
get
surround a little
creative?
bit. You even with your dark vision, you have a hard time seeing, but you do kind of try and feel around where things are, and you can't quite. But you don't find anything at all.
I don't need to breathe. Can I just like sink down to the bottom and just go
And
rub my
search the
hands
bottom.
across? Like,
Sure.
okay.
So do an investigation check for me. And we'll say that you're in the bottom of the pool. You just sink down. You actually sink down pretty quickly too. You just hear a little thud at the bottom.
You
Try
nailed
as
it.
hard as you can. You cannot find anything. Even by push, even like you actually get a little bit lost. You're rubbing your hands along the bottom, and you're so lost without being able to see. You think you've checked certain parts of the floor that you haven't really checked yet.
I'm just not even gonna come up.
But
I'm
you
just gonna
think-
continue to flail around down here aimlessly because I don't need to breathe. And when someone eventually finds it, I'll go with them.
I'll go take a look.
Sure. So Definto's in the pool. Boop Snoop. Whew. Are you taking your backpack full of flyers with you?
Oh God.
It's a lot of money worth
No.
of flyers.
No.
Okay,
I actually
you
before I
leave them
jump
in the
in,
pool.
I'm
I'll
gonna
hold on to
find.
them for you.
No, we all have to go through here. I'm gonna go back into the previous room and amongst the barrels and crates that I'm assuming are actually here.
Yeah,
'Cause it's a
they
storage
are.
room?
They are legitimately. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to hide it amongst them.
Sure. So you do sleight of hand to survival, because I'll say that there's enough
Survival?
natural stuff that you could do that. Yeah,
Ooh,
hiding
perfect.
things is survival.
Okay.
You hide it pretty well.
All right. Great.
I like to think that covering your tracks or hiding something can be survival or sleight of hand in this case.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
It annoys me that you rolled a 17 to put the magazines away, but you're probably gonna fail the investigation check looking for this fucking.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Am I able to
So you-
help people?
So you jump in and do an investigation check? No, you have so little
Okay.
sight. You have even less sight down here than. Oh, like,
I just meant
Booble
by
Snoop, Boop
them-
Snoop, McBooble Stoot, and Jasu could maybe like 3 feet in front of them, even with dark vision because of how murky this water is. So they are pretty
Oh.
restricted as well.
Okay, so nobody has full vision. Got it.
No. So roll an investigation check for me.
I'm
Come on.
s- I would sp- I'm specifically looking. I'm going to like tap Definto to like get him to stop flailing.
And I'm gonna give
You-
him a very, very inspiring speech to give him a D8 to his roll here.
Underwater.
Yeah, well,
Sure.
because
Yeah.
well, like Warforged don't have lungs, so it's not me moving air. It's like a speaker of some sort. So it's like a speaker
Fair.
underwater. And he's like, "Look, I believe in you. No one else has been able to find this, but I believe in you specifically because we basically spent time in a prison camp together, and you really bond with someone that way. You know, it's not like
So,
not like anything else
You
I've
get,
ever
you
had.
get bardic inspiration, so you can get that D8, is it, or D?
It's a
6?
D8 now because I'm level
Okay.
5.
I feel inspired. I want to specifically like be very still and try to feel like if there is a water current change, like water flowing in a specific direction towards an opening.
So roll an investigation check
With a
with
D8.
with a D8. You can throw a D8 on the end of that.
Whew.
Nice.
So you are able to. You're only able to find that there's some water
So-
flowing out of the east wall a little bit. But you are also able to, as you're searching around, grab a key that's on the bottom. That seems to go in. Like, you're so good at investigation. You can tell that the water flow is about the size of a keyhole.
So, just for mechanics, technically you can add that bardic inspiration after you see it. So you would have rolled a 23 without it. So you can hold it for later if you want.
Yeah, you can do our
Oh,
bardic inspiration.
I
if you
wouldn't
want.
have if I got over a
That's-
20, I
yeah.
wouldn't have used the bardic
Yeah.
inspiration.
It's not like guidance. It's
Okay, I
different.
didn't know that.
Yeah, you can hold it for
Because it's a
10
lot
minutes.
more limited. Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
So yeah.
I will take the key and I will put it in the keyhole.
Okay. So you insert the key into the keyhole, and a section of the pool's east wall opens up.
Neat.
It was a beep.
I did hear a beep. I just assumed that my headphones were getting low on battery, and then
Was
you all
that
mentioned it.
Definto?
Yeah, I
It
did.
was the
I
self-muting.
I did-
Self-bleeping yourself.
I did it by
You were
accident.
bleeping yourself. Oh, okay. I thought you were
The
bleeping
east
yourself.
wall
'cause-
opens up. Fuck.
Yeah,
Beep.
yeah. Oh my god, what the
Trap already.
are you guys doing?
It is in the pool. And at that moment,
Combat.
out of the east wall, something makes an attack against Definto.
God damn it.
Comes
Neat.
rushing out, makes an attack against Definto.
You damn sloop Leonites. Get out of here.
Drag and drop attack. Oh god. Give me a second. Damn you, MIDI QOL.
Bah, ram you.
What?
Did he come out of the opening or was he like there?
Yeah, it came out of the opening.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I definitely would have seen him if he was there.
And you can use this bardic inspiration on attack rolls and saving throws too. So like if you miss something in this fight against this fish, you can decide, wait, I'll use the D8.
Oh, I literally can't even attack this fish at this range underwater.
He's underwater with us.
Yeah, I've got a longbow.
Oh,
Why did I just
It
see negative
rolled
16?
the damage. It rolled 24 and hit for 16.
Wow.
You don't have any melee.
No.
And we're gonna go into combat. The people on the surface literally just would have heard some a little extra water from the east gate or the east part of the wall opening up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of the water dipped in, but not much. and you would have probably heard Defindo be like, "God damn it!" Or like,
I'm sorry,
"What-
how much
whatever."
damage was that?
16.
Ow.
And we're gonna throw everyone in combat. I'm gonna change the music.
Do I
up
actually
once
have
that's
these
done.
5 temp hit points?
No,
I feel like
don't
that's
know
I feel like
why
that's an error.
you have 5 temp max hit points. I need to change that.
I'll take them though.
Oh, oh
Um,
my!
who's- Hank
Ugh.
rolled. Hank already rolled
Oh.
9. I don't know why it took Hank off of the tracker, but you rolled a 9. Update combat
Oh
9.
no. 9.
Mastiff. Does Mastiff always just go after you, or does it have its own initiative?
Great questions.
Mastiff questions.
Oh God damn. Okay.
Sure. Everyone
That was a good
remember
question.
me.
What do you mean? The one that's currently in the line of fire is
Me.
yeah.
Oh, I thought he attacked me.
No, he
No,
hit me.
Definto was the one in front of the gate. You kind of moved to the side a little bit as it came down, and Definto was just staring at the thing. It was staring forward,
Oh,
and it just swam out and just was like,
because we can't see the attack roll of the enemy.
yeah, that was my fault. I still had it on private for
Oh,
one of
okay.
the rolls. I
And
had
then I'm
done.
gonna return the 16 hit points that I thought were removed from me.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
just
God,
saw a
put that
bunch of
back.
hydraulic fluid come to the surface.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, goodbye, Definto, I guess.
So it gets
I
to
still
make
got
another
26
attack
health.
against Definto.
Yeah, guys, this isn't a combat mission. This is a thieves mission. Pick
And
all
that
your
one
objects based off of
misses.
thievery.
Okay. That one misses.
You got lucky. If he hit with a
Definto
fucking
would-
16 again.
Your turn. It's a swarm of them. So it's a swarm of fish. What happened is a bunch of them just bit you at once and just took off chunks of your shell.
God damn it, mother. Wait, can I make this just hit the fish? If I cast Shatter?
So very eloquent.
What's Shatter's range? You can like place
Yeah.
it. It's
It looks like it's gonna
So
target
here's the
everybody.
Shatter doesn't go like Shatter's not like Fireball where it goes around objects. So I feel like you would be placing Shatter in the like directly in front of you down the tube.
Each creature in a 10-foot radius of the sphere circled on a point must make a con save. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that then, because I can't not hit everybody.
because Shatter says you have to be able to see it, correct? And you have very limited vision, so you wouldn't be able to place it like behind it. You have to be pretty close. Remember, you can barely see the fish that are even attacking you at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so what I'm thinking is he's facing down this opening and the
Well-
fish are directly in front of him. So if he just casts Shatter originating right in front of his face forward,
Yeah.
that wouldn't hit anyone else. Because it's not gonna. Because Shatter, I don't think acts like fog or fireball. It doesn't spill out into the rest of the room.
Painfully intense erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw.
Or would it go through the walls and floor?
Well, I mean, I guess it would push out to him if it went right in front of him where the kippers are, the swarm is. It would go back at him too. It would reverberate.
All right,
So
maybe
the
don't do that
sound.
then.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that anymore. We
Just go with fireball,
totally got that right in the bank.
which I don't think works underwater. Even if it does, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, then we would be in a sauna.
That's a good point.
Just boil the water, all of it.
I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter.
That
Instead,
laughter's so fucking
Sure.
hideous.
It's dead.
how do I not cast this now?
You might just have to place.
Oh,
Can you place
okay.
it somewhere random?
I right clicked. I either placed it in a
And then it
room
went away.
somewhere or I right clicked.
I don't see it anywhere, so
Okay.
you're good.
Just killed like 3 bandits.
Well,
Okay.
remove that card, so that never even happened.
Do I have them targeted still? No.
Yeah. No, Josso hasn't targeted. Yeah, you targeted him.
Bang.
Do the
Okay.
thing. Yep.
Vicious Mockery. He fails.
He fails. So he takes 8 damage and has disadvantage on his next attack.
That is good.
Boop
Yeah.
Snoop. You being kind of close can also see what's happening.
He prefers you say his whole name.
Boop Snoop
Yeah.
McBoople Snoop.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Appreciate that.
And as a bonus action before I end my...
Oh, that's right.
I guess,
You can
sorry,
do a bonus action.
I can't
You got it.
give Bardic Inspiration to anybody because I can't see them, so never mind.
You're in the pool, right?
Yeah, he's
But
down
wait,
in the bottom of the pool.
I'm gonna Unsettling Words him for an extra D8 of damage. One person you can see within 60 feet. I can see that thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait. That's
Some of the fish are still attached to you, probably.
never mind. That's only for saving throws. Sorry, my turn's over. Go ahead.
Boop Snoop McBoople Snoot.
All right, Boop Snoop McBooplestoot is going to swim back up to the surface and probably taking an attack of opportunity. Don't know how close I am to this fish.
He has disadvantage.
Looks pretty close.
He does have disadvantage with his attack, though.
All right,
Like, did it just roll it?
it did. Hit me
Take the
for 16.
damage. Take the 16 damage away. I had this set up so the damage card didn't go away. Take that away. And then if the second one hits them, we'll just say he does 16.
It is
I'll just leave it for
It
now.
misses. It misses.
Okay, thank God.
Well, I didn't want to take off another 16.
Just unconscious.
I thought I exported the settings for the other one, but I forgot to import
Alright.
them onto those.
I'm assuming that I can't see any more down to where they are. Is that correct?
Correct. If you go up and out, yeah.
Okay. I will probably still take an attack with disadvantage. Is that? It's like firing into darkness, right?
Yeah,
Well,
you
you don't-
kind of remember where they are. You can
I mean, if it's a swarm of them, I feel like you could see a swarm of fish in a pool.
do an attack with disadvantage because it's pretty far down and it's an extremely murky lake.
It's like shooting fish in a lake.
Fish
Yeah.
targeted, and we're gonna go 1,
Tossing some dice.
It hits.
and we're gonna go 2.
You're
Wow.
just picking off fish. Like both of those
Consistency.
just take a couple. One of them, your first one takes 2 fish out of the swarm. The Finto can just see the fish, just like 2 arrows come down to a pool, which we're not going to go over the logistics of shooting
Nope,
an arrow
we don't
into
have
a
to.
body of water.
Nope.
The wood actually floats the dead fish immediately to the surface.
Yeah, actually, we're going to say that it goes to the surface, and one of the fish actually make it to the surface.
Actually,
so now
archery
Joshua
fishing
and
is a
Hank-
real thing. You can do it. It's legal to do in Vermont. Like it's a regular thing that people do.
Well, damn. Then you're doing great.
I'm doing it
And
then.
One does float to the surface, so now Hank and Josu also know
Where
that
they are.
there's something bad down there.
Fish.
Yeah, my Crimson Right is fire, so I didn't even want to try that and add to the confusion of firing into the water. So
Hank.
that's my turn.
Right.
You could attack with disadvantage, the same as Oh, that's right.
Hank
You would
is
actually were
going
supposed to attack with disadvantage, Boop Snoop, but Moople Snoop. Remember we had.
Oh, yeah.
But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
If I
We're
attack with
past it.
melee, is it still disadvantage?
If you jump in there and go for it, you can do that.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
fine.
He's going to cast Shillelagh on his nightstick, and he's going to jump in.
You jump in, dive right down to the point where you can see the Finto a little bit beaten up and the fish a little bit less.
How deep is this pool?
It's 10 feet deep.
How do I target the fish again?
T.
T. Hover over.
You're
him
targeting
and T.
yourself.
Ah!
Yeah, and target yourself.
There
You
we
don't
go.
want to hurt yourself with Shillelagh.
If you want to, you can restore 5 health to them.
You hit.
I don't care. That's
Okay.
totally fine. It's not like it's that big. The weapon is magical. Nice.
Bludgeon a fish.
Bludgeon
How hurt-
fish.
How hurt are these fish looking?
Well, that's actually really cool. That actually changed. Shillelagh gave you a buff. Or sorry, you're using Shillelagh as a. That's cool. So, I mean, there's definitely less fish in there. There's definitely feel like there's less than half the swarm. The Finto sees less than half the swarm. So does the Mastiff go right after you?
Yeah, it goes after me, but I need to use my bonus action if I want to command it to attack or anything.
Okay,
So
so you
it's
can't do
gonna sit
anything
up
with
there
that
and-
this turn.
yeah.
Yeah, and just kind of like hang on.
And I'm assuming the rat's not going anywhere near this.
No, they're actually just eating a piece of cheese in the storeroom.
I swear the rat's like super into it. It really wants to kill these fish.
Yeah.
This rat has 1 HP, 10 AC, and is not going to kill itself because of Beast Bond.
You could take him on.
God,
Jasu.
I
your
hate
turn.
that I'm gonna potentially burn stuff to fight fish in a basement pool.
Just go punch it. You're a
Yeah,
monkey.
I know. I'm just debating if I use key actions or if I burn my tattoo to just start ha ha ha. Because I don't want you to die. I don't know how many more -16s anybody here can take.
I can take at least
So I
one
would
hit.
also have to jump in, correct? To not take disadvantage?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna jump in, which I'm assuming in a 10-foot pool I can be on them.
Yes. I'll allow it.
Alright, oh, I'm gonna burn my tattoo. I really don't want you guys to die. That gives me...
I mean, I can swim out.
They go before you go. If you were gonna swim out, you should have already. Can you take another potentially 24 damage?
I have exactly 24 health.
And you're our healer.
That's not what 16 times 2 is.
Well, the 16 was not the maximum damage. That's just what they happened to get. 6 times 4 is 24, right? Wasn't that the 4d6? Or was it 3d6?
It was 4d6 that they attacked.
Didn't catch
Yeah.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
So you could do 24, or if they crit, they potentially 48 damage. So I'm gonna burn my tattoo, which gives me Magical Strike and then Eldritch Maul for 1 minute. Each of my melee attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike can reach a target up to 15 feet away, which I'm not doing because I don't want disadvantage. And your melee attack deals an extra 1d6 force damage on hit.
Let's go.
Alright, so...
That hits.
And then I get an extra attack as part of that.
Heck yeah. There's barely any fish left.
Is it dead
And
yet?
you finish off the last fish. They all float to the surface. And that's the end of that. There's a wall to the east that is open. As you guys want to go through there.
Yeah. I'll go through.
Okay. So you go through. And as you go through the wall, you're still underwater till roughly about here. And then there's a trap door above you that you can try and open up.
I try and open it up.
It opens up just fine.
That's great news.
And now you're on the surface.
Oh.
So the hallway in front of you.
I assume if there are traps, I see them.
Vision. Can you see the...
I can see the slits.
Oh, you see there's slits on the wall. It's fine. Chalk drawn on the floor points towards the south end of this narrow corridor. Arrow slits are evenly spaced along the wall.
Dang it. We didn't go
I just wanted to
shopping.
read that. Like,
Cool.
just tell me what you're gonna move. If you're gonna move, like.
So if I... Sorry, I didn't
You can
know
go
those
back down the
routes.
chapter. Yeah.
I wasn't going back. I was trying to indicate
No,
that I was
you're good.
out of the thing.
You're good. You're good.
I don't see any traps down the arrow slit, Mark.
No, I don't.
I get 3 teleports a day, 60 feet. So I'm going to use my first teleport and teleport down the hallway.
Sure. There seems to be a dead end at the end of the hallway.
I'm gonna jump into the water and go through the thing.
Sure.
I'll come with.
I can't.
Bloop.
There we go. Oh god.
We can say you go back. I'll pop you over there. You guys are in the back over here, so you're not just like. I guess you'd be.
Let's see.
Is Hank coming in too, or?
Yeah, seeing everybody else take off. He'll follow. I guess either the rat will follow or it won't if it doesn't want to go in the water.
The rat does not like water.
Yeah,
This
in
is the
that
rat's
case,
end
it
of the
would-
line.
I'll just
Wait.
tell the rat, chill out there, eat any food it wants in the storeroom, and then
Seems very happy about that.
live its best life for the hour it has before it disappears.
Sure.
Please tell him not to eat my brochures.
Eat the brochures specifically.
No.
Make a nest from the paper.
Okay, so Jasu at the end of the hallway. There doesn't seem to be any thing that's happened.
Referencing
He
our
can't see anything.
hand-drawn map, I'm gonna head down to where he is.
There are a lot of arrow slits.
Okay, you get to about
Oh.
here, and then I need you to make a dex check. Or dex save, sorry.
I would have been following him if I could have drug my
That's
token
fine.
quick enough.
You'd be here, but
Okay.
Nobody brought their 10-foot pole?
I teleport.
okay, so both these attacks are made with
Game paused, though,
disadvantage. I actually don't get to really see that. It's just you see two arrows come out. Both these attacks are made with disadvantage. Hopefully this actually works properly this time. Right, actually target.
Ba.
Oh, nope, that didn't actually attack with disadvantage. Let's try again. Did that take away 17 hit points from you? No, okay. Good.
No.
No auto rolling attack. Give me a second. We're starting from no auto fast forward attack. Let's go. There's the setting I wanted to turn off. Delete that. Pretend that doesn't happen. Short bow. Attack. Disadvantage. It does not hit you. Let's go. Second attack. From the other side. Because you feel like you're just fast enough that you're able to roll a little bit out of the way. The second one does 14 hits?
Mhm.
Yeah. The second one's going to do 5 damage to you. It does catch your foot as you roll into the next square.
Which
Yes, it
triggers
does.
the next bow.
It does not.
How's
But yeah.
everybody doing?
You saw 2 arrows. You saw one arrow went into the wall behind Boop Snoop, and Boop was doing. The other one actually hit his foot as he was tumbling forward.
So how
Roll
much
it.
damage has Boop Snoop taken?
You can see on the card.
So
5.
just 5. Well, I know there was the confusion earlier. It's 5 total, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
5
yeah.
total.
It's
Okay.
fine. Well, +1 from before, but it's fine.
Okay.
I was just trying to figure out things, and I'm gonna stop
What?
playing this. I was just. Never mind. We'll just continue. I would like to look around and see if there's other things that are going to shoot me if I continue
What?
walking forward.
What was? I don't understand.
I don't either, which is the problem.
There were 2 arrows that come out of you and went to the midpoint.
Yeah.
I can roll back the damage, I guess?
No,
Roll
not
back
at
the
all.
thing?
I'm asking if there are other arrows down here that roll. I keep thinking that the passive stuff that I have does more than it does, and it doesn't. I keep looking it up, and I'm wrong. So I would like to look and see if there's other traps down the hallway.
Sure,
I have
roll
one
an
more
investigation
passive than
check.
you do.
What? My perception is 19 and my investigation is 20.
How is your perception 19 if
You're
our
observant.
perception rolls are not?
Observant.
You can get, like, pluses to passive perception.
Like the alert feat gives a big
Yeah,
bonus.
no, I specifically built the character to have like the highest passive perception and investigation because I didn't understand it when I created it.
Gotcha.
I mean, if it goes the other way, then you just walk ahead and you see everything, and that's it.
22 is
You see
decent.
that there are other skeletons down the different slits, but none of the others seems to be animated. Just seems to be the one in the center.
Oh, so
Do I
that
notice anything on the walls around me?
Do an investigation check.
that guy
That's the
was
wrong one.
Or give me a second before you roll that.
That guy was-
That's actually a perception check.
Yes, my day has come.
that guy was big.
No, it hasn't.
These were lethal.
You see nothing fancy on the walls around you or special.
In fact, you're not even sure they're walls at all. They could be ceilings.
Guys, I'm not exactly seeing where we should go down here. The map says there's a way forward, but it's a dead end.
Is there any other way that we could go? Can we go this way? Or can we go this way?
You can't go to the right at all.
I
no.
don't see
No, I
anything.
mean like in this line here, like this.
Nope, that was a wall.
Okay. So this is the only direction that goes anywhere, so there's gotta be something. Hey Boop Snoop McBooplestoot, why don't you go try
Yeah, I'm
to
gonna-
investigate that
I'm
and
gonna
I'll help
walk down
you.
there and look more. I was looking at other things.
I will help you, but I think I'd like to stealth by the middle arrow slot.
Do an investigation check.
To stealth
And
through the
do
arrow
a
spot?
stealth roll.
Wait, if the arrow slits are like, can you crawl under them? I don't know how it's physically laid out.
I guess that's how I would stealthfully do it.
Yeah,
Space
like
along the
like you
wall.
know the arrows are gonna come flying out already because they already hit me. So I feel like if there is a way to get under them,
Yeah.
you'd choose to do so.
Yeah, you'd be able. I don't see where you'd be able to crawl underneath them.
Okay. So stealth. 18.
You're good.
Okay, I'm gonna come down and help you with this investigation check.
All right, I'm going to walk down to where Jesu is and do said investigation check
And you
with
With
advantage.
advantage.
and you still have a bardic inspiration. It's only
I'm
good
gonna
for 10 minutes.
I'm gonna use it then. 18.
You feel around in the same spot Jasu did, except you were able to find a small button hidden in a little crevasse in the wall, and it opens up the door to your left.
Watch out for the middle. It's a little spicy.
All right. I guess I'll take a look first to see if there are any like pressure plates or anything obvious.
Sure. So you go down to the middle.
Oh.
You don't see any pressure plates or anything.
All right. I'll
Also,
just
Definto did crawl on the so.
yeah, and I'll just try to stay low and do the same thing Definto did then,
Roll still.
and the dog too.
Yeah.
Hoping the dog's just naturally low enough, maybe. Cool.
So you crawl under the. You go to crawl under the spot.
Maybe they only have one ammo.
Only one, only one of them is able to take a shot at you, but it is able to take a shot at you as it goes over, just because it notices and is able to angle the bow down a little bit.
And also the arrow's broken.
That's hits with an 18, and it deals 8. You don't have peace bond up anymore, so it doesn't matter about Constitution saving throws, or you do still have it up. It would expire if it hits you, but yeah. You do take a shot to the back of your, like right through your foot.
This thing really likes shooting the feet.
It does like shooting the feet.
Ankle
But
sniper.
only one of them is able to do that, though.
All right. Follow after everyone.
Sure.
There's like actual skeletons back there then.
Yeah. You actually, yeah, you're able to see that there's skeletons on every single one of these arrows. So as you look into it.
Like magical skeletons shooting, or like dead people that have decayed to skeletons?
can go back in and do a perception check on the skeletons
not.
to see
No, 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 no,
if
no.
anyone wants to. Okay.
I don't know nothing about no skeletons.
Without no skeleton. Okay, so in front of you, Jasu. Branches in the tunnel ahead suggest you're entering some sort of maze. You hear the sound of heavy breathing coming from somewhere ahead.
Fine.
Looking at the map, is it not weird that there are a bunch of solid rooms in the maze?
I don't think those are rooms. I think they're just thick walls.
Yeah, I just think that our thief friend doesn't know what he's drawing. But sure, I will stealthily go out, being aware of wherever that fucking breathing is coming from, and I'm also looking actively for traps.
I'll be right behind him doing the same thing.
Okay.
Huh. There's not the wall's supposed to. There's supposed to be a wall to my left.
Would you like me to help you, Boop Snoop McBooplestoot? It's been going good so far.
Hmm.
I don't know
I'm
where
gonna-
I'm even looking at.
I'm gonna walk through the maze as if there are walls. There are traps where this map says the walls are. So I'm going to keep going forward.
Okay. Nothing is happening.
Thank God.
No, just following along, doing exactly what the person in front of me does. Does the dog can it get any better idea of where the sound's coming from?
Whoever. Give me a second.
Yep.
Just with the
It's
keen
reading
hearing.
something. You can just do a group perception check because everyone wants to do a perception. And if you have advantage, you have advantage.
Yikes. How about those rolls?
Yeah. I just figure since the dog has the keen
I mean, two of them were good so far.
try to take
Ow.
advantage of it. Nope. It. Oops.
Dog is distracted by the smell of
Guess
this
so.
dank place.
Come on, buddy.
Okay. So you're able to as a group you can tell there's no traps at the moment in your near future. You also can tell that the heavy breathing seems to be coming from a spot kind of close to Jasu and a little bit to the right of Jasu too. Like spots in this direction. Jasu can kind of see this, like this direction and also in this direction, both directions of Jasu, left and right. So like to the near the southern part and possibly to the right or to the left. Combat, so everyone's got a really weird looking everyone's movement.
But I liked seeing
We're
every
not
5
actually in
foot that I've
combat.
moved.
Yeah, mine
No,
kept telling
no.
me it's like you're over, you're over, you're over, you're over.
Stop moving, idiot.
I hate how I can't always see both my tokens. I have to like unselect Hank to see the dog.
To see
again.
the dog sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to like operation guide yourself around the walls because you can't. I guess they both have light, so you're okay.
So Jasu can hear the breathing coming from to his right where he was standing right there. The other
Okay.
one trails off.
I can see how to get there, but there's no fake wall, so I don't know which one will likely be trapped or not. Or maybe none of them will be trapped. And we're just paranoid, but
It's what's that spell that makes a talking mouth on the wall? Someone just did that to make a breathing noise to throw us off.
That is a very unique way to throw us specifically off. How did they know it would work?
There is another breathing as you enter the west portion of the maze. That's now to the right of Jasu.
we're just gonna keep going to that secret door that I can see. Unless I'm... Is the secret door there? I mean, I can see it on the map, but I...
Is the secret door that I can see on the map there?
Roll a
Nope.
perception check.
No idea. Is this
Okay.
a door? I've never seen one before.
Boop Snoop once again. Boop Snoop McBooplestoot is once again able to find a button that opens up the door.
I approach Jasu and I say, it takes a lot of patience to do pottery, so he's better at looking for things than you because you kind of act first, think second sometimes.
Okay, so vertical iron bars stretch from floor to ceiling, dividing this room into 6 cells. The 2 southernmost cells have wooden barrels and trunks in them, while the cell in the northern end corner contains a scruffy-looking prisoner.
Interesting. I assume this door is locked.
You can try it.
I tried the door.
It opens up.
Interesting.
We
Who...
wanna-
I'm gonna wait for everybody to come in before I go much further.
Yeah.
Do I see any traps?
I recommend Hank
do
shutting the
not.
door behind you once you get in here.
We need an extra space. I'll come over and just sit on this stool.
Send the dog on ahead of me, and I'll close the door behind as I come in.
He does seem to be sleeping in this corner, in his cell. It is nighttime.
Be quiet then.
Don't wanna ask him what he's in for.
I don't want to wake him up.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're currently walking into a wall.
Yeah, I gotta move back to Boop Stoop if I want to get
Yeah,
out. It's
Boop
weird
Stoop
that the
can
door
walk
is on a...
Yeah, the map's had it on an angle.
Is this door with the chests in it locked?
Now you're able to open it up just fine.
I'm gonna check these chests. If these
Okay.
are actual chests and not just art pieces.
Inside those chests,
3 mimics.
they have padded interiors and air tubes for breathing. Like the barely enjoy. So, yeah. So they're meant for smuggling. It looks like they're meant for smuggling people.
Ah. Interesting. Well, I don't need those.
We're not going to start smuggling people soon?
I feel like we're getting paid a lot for this.
I feel like the painting's gonna turn into a person, and we're gonna wish that we took these. Just like a weird, obscene, like, yeah, this is so out of the ordinary. You might want this.
You know what? I'm going to grab one.
Sure. Oh, it's a full trunk.
Oh,
We'll get them on the
okay,
way
never
out.
mind.
Can I do an
You can
insight
carry it.
check
What?
or something to see if this person is actually sleeping or just pretending to?
You can do an insight check. Sure.
If this is like, a test or something for the recruits,
A
and
medicine
they're
check.
actually just gonna like,
He seems
they're
to be
actually just
sleeping.
gonna like.
He
Oops,
seems to be
didn't mean to close
legit.
that door. I would like to take a good look over him using my eyes of the eagle that I forgot I had until this exact moment and see if I can tell anything about him.
Is it an investigation check with advantage? Is that what that gives you?
Perception, so not like
Perception. It's okay.
yeah.
So
Well, so
perception
it
with
says
advantage
in
is fine.
conditions of clear visibility, which is light right now, you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as
Sure.
2 feet across.
Oh, so you can just make out. I can give you a full description.
Oh, maybe not.
That's a man.
He looks like a thief of sorts. He has
Alright.
some. He's kind of in rags because he's in jail, but he has some traditional thief qualities to him. Like he's got his hood and whatnot. Doesn't have any weapons or anything. You can tell that for sure.
All right, that's the person. Let's go.
Yep.
That door does open up perfectly fine. This room is mostly empty except for small wooden crates shoved in a corner next to a paper-wrapped block of butter. Nope, sorry, that's next room. Lining 2 walls of this room are 4 wooden crates and 4 wooden chests.
There's a lot of butter.
17 goblins.
So much butter.
Is this door locked or not locked?
It is not locked.
What do we say, boys? Do we keep pressing forward into the butter room?
Is there anything in this room of interest?
Is there anything in the chest?
Do an investigation check.
Yes,
I'm worried eventually that we're gonna open a chest and it's gonna be like a screamer.
With help, Boop Snoop.
He already rolled it.
Ah,
I rolled it as he was saying it, but yeah.
You're able to find. You really didn't. The DC was like a 5 because it's you're just opening up trunks. You're able to find that there are 10 scimitars, 12 light crossbows, 5 heavy crossbows, and hundreds of crossbow bolts. The chests are filled with. Also filled. Those are the crates. The chests are filled with ordinary cutlery, candlesticks, plates, pitchers, and mugs.
Huh.
And
How about you toss me one of those scimitars into my inventory?
yeah, I'm thinking that too.
you also throw a perception check with me as well, because there's also a perception check potential here.
Oh, help!
Sure.
Thank you.
So you're able to find a secret compartment in one of the chests that contains 6 pieces of custom jewelry, which are worth 5 gold pieces each, a golden necklace with a black pearl pendant, which is about 750 gold, and looks like a magical necklace of some form.
Nice.
I mean, clearly the magical necklace is the one we want. I mean, normally, yes, we'd want all the valuable jewelry too, but we keep getting money and then not spending it, so.
Fair.
I'm gonna take a closer look at the magical necklace.
Do an Arcana check. You still have
Hey-
no, it's Charisma. That's disadvantage, right? You're
Hey,
fine.
Definto, you want to give me a hand with this?
Yeah, I'll help you with that. Let's see if I know anything about necklaces.
It is a necklace of fireballs.
Nice. Ayo.
Gonorrhea necklace. Got it.
You're like, oh, necklace of fireballs. Like, explain no more. You put it on, it's like you become a flaming fireball.
It's a necklace that has 2 beads left on it. You know that if you throw it at something, it would cast a fireball.
Interesting.
You can throw it up to 60 feet away, and when it lands, it casts a fireball.
Be very careful if you ever set it down. Don't let it think it's a throw.
Place it down very gently.
You're just
It is
holding a
in your
grenade with
inventory.
the pin pulled constantly. Just like, don't let
And
go.
yeah, it has
don't let go.
2. It's lower than the thing says. This is a special one that has only 2 beads left.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Are we good in here?
You
Yeah, I
could
think so.
technically throw, and the other thing is you can hurl multiple beads at once, which increases the level of fireball by 1. So you could throw both your beads and cast a 4th level fireball.
That's
Good.
so
I don't sneak the door down. I kick the door in. We're fucking going hot.
Yeah, we're ending this right now.
Okay, so
Give
Very-
us the
very-
motherfucking painting.
I'm not kicking the door in, but I am opening the doors sneakily.
The second the doors open, I chuck both pieces.
This is
You're gonna make brown butter in that room.
This is Boop Stoop McBooplestoot, and he's gonna light your ass on fire and the painting if you don't just give it to us.
this is payday 2. The casing phase is over. Now we're going loud.
I don't feel like the casing phase is over. There's so much we haven't seen.
So this is the butter room. So this room is mostly empty except for a small wooden crate shoved in a corner next to a paper-wrapped block of butter.
Is it actually butter?
It's actually, I think that's that small little crate that's next to the small little crate object on the map is the butter.
So it's wrapped butter.
Somebody should check that
Yeah.
butter.
Of the dog
I want to take a closer look at that butter.
An investigation check on that butter.
I'd like to help him investigate the
Sure.
butter.
damage from the dog smelling.
I've done a
It's
lot of
butter.
cooking.
It is butter that is wrapped up.
Well, guess there's
That's
nothing
what
in
it
here,
is.
guys. Can we investigate
like
the
to
rest
take
of
another-
the room?
I'd like to take another little vial off of my pouch that's empty, pour some
God,
balsamic vinegar into it, and place
God,
it next to the butter.
I
So,
feel like we have to leave here
the
and go into the other building.
Second that you pour balsamic vinegar on the butter, the crate to the side of you comes alive and makes an attack against you and says, "Don't do anything to my butter!"
I didn't.
And
I
it's
put
a
it-
mimic
I
crate.
put it on top of the butter.
Yeah. Oh. Well, you did. You touched the butter. The
He's
butter
seasoning
was
your
touched.
butter.
That was the thing.
Okay.
Now we get to fight a mimic. And good thing our tanks are the ones right up next to it.
Yeah.
If anything is done to the butter, that's the. Other than look at it, that's the trigger.
The dog ate the butter.
No, I was just smelling the butter.
In a non-touchy way.
The
For
dog
4
couldn't eat her
damage.
butter.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh.
Ugh.
Don't worry, I rolled it
Hey!
too. You guys are gonna be okay. No.
I gotta roll initiative.
You do. Hank and Boop Snoop McWooplestoot, choose whichever one you'd like to go first.
Do we
God,
roll
he
the
rolled
same time?
terrible on initiative
Yeah,
for
if you
something.
tie, if friendly characters tied, you guys can choose.
Up to you.
Go for it.
Cool. Alright, so I'll get the dog to move away.
Sure.
I'll come up and I will smack it.
Is the dog taking an attack of opportunity?
Oh, it is actually, if it moves
Uh,
away. That's right.
I'm going to
Or you can do the
bonus action
disengage.
command it disengage.
Yeah, that works.
Just because I don't really have any other use for my bonus attack right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we leveled up. I've been forgetting my extra attack now.
That's right, I forgot.
Yeah, alright.
You're a ranger.
So
You got the stuff.
go. Shillelagh. That one missed. Shillelagh. That one hit.
Yeah.
Cool. Smack 'em.
Smack him. Looks a little
That's
hurt. Boop Stoop, it's your turn. Booplestoot.
Point blank fireball. Could I have that scimitar added to my inventory?
Oh yeah. Can I? Is it gonna be nice enough to just give me that as a? Yeah, it is. Let's
Do,
go.
do you want to be in mainline combat with it? Because I don't have it. I don't have the ability to attack from a distance anymore.
I mean, I don't want to take an attack of opportunity from running away from it. I don't think.
You would probably take an after opportunities from running away from me, yeah. Or I mean.
Oh
he's
wait, he
going
did one
to
against the
attack
dog, right?
No,
No,
it's-
disengage.
No,
yeah,
it
yeah.
disengaged. Scimitar. Normal, average, everyday scimitar. There you go.
I mean, I'll take a magical one too. That's
Nope. This isn't that good of a thieves guild.
I am going to. I'll use Crimson right now. Which, what did that just even do? It doesn't do anything. I take 4 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack it twice with the scimitar. Scimitar.
Scimitar.
Woo!
Oh.
Oof. Oh.
You have a 0 with the scimitar.
But wait, that didn't add my. There should be one more d6 in there of damage, I think, right? Yeah.
Or what? Crimson
Because they
Right?
only rolled 2d6. Crimson Right adds an extra d6.
Can you cast Crimson Right or no?
Oh,
I don't know
would-
if you can
that-
add Crimson Right
sorry,
as a feature. It probably
that d6 wasn't supposed to be added to the attack roll. It doesn't matter because I crit. I added it to the wrong spot. So it's plus 2d. Yeah, that's plus
You're going to strike
2d6.
for 1d6 extra damage to your chosen. So yeah, roll 2d6 for me then, and I'll add that.
All right, it's
9 more. Let's go.
still upsetting, but we'll go with
That's better though.
it. It is, yeah. All right, and then again. Wish I could add damage, but I can't. Oh, I can. Good. There we go. We got it this time.
Yeah, I'm having it no longer auto roll attacks that you guys can actually add stuff in.
9.
Okay. You smack it twice, both times. What was the damage on Crimson Right?
Fire.
Fire. Both times just smacking it with fire weapon as you're... Took a little bit of your... Did you, like, scrape the weapon across your palm, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
You scrape the weapon across your palm, it lights up on fire, and you do 2 really good hits against it. It's looking pretty hurt. Jasu.
All right, we get to make a ranged attack. So I have darts. We'll see how those go.
They sure do.
And I miss.
Okie dokie.
Neat.
Then it is Definto's turn.
Do you have extra attack?
Does Monk get extra attack already?
I do have extra attack. I don't know if extra attack works
Yeah,
for darts.
It does. You can throw another dirt. I forgot that Monk gets extra attack at 5. Yeah, you can throw another
I
dart.
used it for regular stuff. And I hit.
Yay! For max damage on a dart. Let's
Fuck
go.
yeah.
It's looking pretty hurt. Let's do this. Definto.
I'm gonna cast Shatter.
That's gonna hit everyone around it.
Oh
It's 10
shit!
foot.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it's an AOE and not just a thing I can cast.
Stop trying to hurt your friends.
No. You can't make me.
I'm gonna cast the other fireball.
There's a
I'll-
gigantic explosion. You also are like still trying to be, I think, a little bit quiet. The sleeping guy in the other room.
Vicious mockery.
You don't know what else is around. Shatter is very loud.
Vicious mockery, and he took 6 damage.
Nice. And disadvantage on the next attack roll.
And I'm going to bonus action healing word myself.
Sure.
Target me. Yeah, okay. You can go ahead. I have nothing else.
He's gonna do a bite against Boop Snoop McBoople Stoot. Angry about the butter. With disadvantage because of Vicious Mockery, it still hits. And it's gonna do 11 damage. As it bites into you and some of the acid dripping off its teeth also leaves a mark. On our top of the round. Hank and Boop Stoot McBoople Stoot. Choose whichever one you want to go first.
You can go first this time.
How hurt does Boop Snoop McBoople Stoot look?
Boop Snoop McBoople Stoot looks pretty hurt.
Okay.
Thank God you had that ball stuck. In such trying times as these, it really helps us keep our composure.
I missed both.
Okay. Hank, it's your turn.
I thought better of you, Boop Snoop McBoople Stoot.
It's remarkably frustrating that the monk can't punch him.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I will. Oh wait, I can't. Disengage.
It hits. It is barely alive.
I'll do it again.
Let's go. It is dead.
Nice.
You smash into it and it cracks and splinters.
Was the mimic holding? Oh, I guess I shouldn't ask, but I think Boop Snoop McBooplestoot should check to see if the mimic was holding our painting.
Or a key.
Yeah, is there
I'll
anything
help.
that the mimic had on him?
Here. You do.
Got a gremlin that won't stay off. my
I'll
desk.
help you, Boop Snoop McBooplestoot, first of his name.
All right, Boop Snoop McBooplestoot, rolling investigation.
Wow.
Hey! What doesn't
he-
he know about this? That might be quicker.
he doesn't. There was no keys or painting in the mimic.
Ah,
Was
Damn,
there anything in
Crate
the
is
mimic?
gone. There is butter. The mimic itself was just a crate.
I will
There
take
is-
the butter.
There is digested butter in the mimic.
No, not that
actually.
butter. I want the fresh butter.
Okay, you can take the brick of fresh
Right.
butter.
All right.
And your
Is there a key in
balsamic
the
butter.
Uh,
I feel like I've
You-
ran out of
while,
butter.
while you're looking at it, you also do notice like some marks that lead towards the southwest wall, and you see a button on the southwest wall. Like there should be a secret door there as well. You
Good.
should crit an investigation check. There you go.
I take 2 minutes, just so that I'm not feeding these after midnight.
Oh, the cat, sure. Sure.
Yeah.
You can do it. Look, you want to do like just a quick tiny break? And get a little water, and then we'll finish off. Get to the next spot to stop, and then we'll. Yeah,
Thanks.
no problem.
like any good one-off, this will take 2 to 3 weeks.
It's gonna take 2 weeks. It's gonna take 2 weeks.
Are we like half done?
Yeah, it's funny. You guys actually
Yeah.
ended up. Yeah, this is yeah, I think so.
Thank
It's
God.
funny, you guys. Yeah.
Thank God Boop Snoop McBooplestoot like walked over to the butter so he could see that button on just the right angle from standing there.
It's true.
Such investigation technique.
It was all on purpose.
How much health you got? Now that we're
Sitting
not-
at a solid 1-4.
Okay, so
You stop mainlining.
how many spell levels am I gonna spend on you?
4.
I've only got up to 3.
If we get to a point where we can take a short rest, I can like fully stabilize on and I can get everything back.
Well, my key resets on a short rest. And I only need 3 hours to long rest.
Like I won't even pretend that we're able to long rest like an actual long rest because there's just no chance of that happening. But I feel like a short rest may be possible.
How long is a short rest defined as?
1 hour.
Ah,
Yeah, short rests literally just catch your breath and get going again.
yeah. Yeah, so that would reset my key from 2 back up to 5.
We're just contemplating the possibility of a short rest in our near future.
Possible. Definitely give it a shot.
Because I'll get my 1 bardic inspiration die back. Frank will get a lot of health. I'll be able to roll health. And the monk will get key points back.
Definitely.
Rufus,
Some
have
sort of
you
shot.
taken a look out the window recently?
No, is it really shitty out?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, we were supposed to get a storm tonight.
We got a storm today.
Yep. I was supposed to get my roof replaced today.
Oh, fun.
That's
Oof, nope.
not happening. No.
No, there's I was just out before we started here, and there's already like half a foot of snow on top of my car.
Nice.
In the words of Abraham Lincoln. Oof.
So, so what's the plan? What are we doing going forward? You did see the button, and you could open up that door that was on the.
I think we should do that and check and
Yeah.
see what's there.
I'll press it.
Yeah. So it does open up. Tunnel has. So it's just a long tunnel. There's a ladder at the opposite end, and the ladder climbs to a stone trap door in the ceiling.
I feel like if we're gonna short rest, we should
This
short
is
rest down here.
in the tunnel.
You want to short rest in the tunnel?
I think so.
I think that's the play.
I think that's best, yeah, because someone might come looking for this butter that we stole.
I think they're gonna more look for the $780 or golden jewels you guys took.
I don't know.
The short rest is only an hour or two, and it is still middle of the night. So
Yeah.
This butter looked pretty important.
The mimic certainly thought so.
It had a whole room
the
to
mimic
itself.
It did.
Oh, with this short rest, it's asking me, will it be a new day?
No, it won't.
Because 2 of my things recharge on the next dawn.
That's right. But yeah, no, it won't be a new day.
It's the same with my vermin hat.
It will not be a new day yet.
No, I only needed one.
I only need 3.
Oh yeah, I guess I did get shot by an arrow, so I'll use a hit die.
How do I clear my concentration?
I can do that. Let me clear.
Because
my
my spell is clearly ended at this point. But now I can recast it.
30 to 39. You know what? Probably won't be getting another rest this campaign. Might as well get up to 39.
We're back to normal on our because Keegan's back next week, right?
I mean, if we're halfway through this, I'd rather finish this up and then do Out of the Abyss next week. I don't want to just do this like cut halfway.
Well, what
through
I was
this
gonna
campaign.
ask is do we have time to do both? Like, could we do one on a Wednesday?
I'd be down if everyone else is.
I'm free. I have what's
It
known
would
as
be-
free time.
It's up to everyone else if they want to do.
Wednesday next week would be better for me than Tuesday next week.
So we could do this on Wednesday if we want to. I know it's a lot of D&D, though. For like Rufus and I already have a bunch, so I don't know if he's cool with that, or Frank.
I'll be a tentative. I gotta check with my wife and see what's up.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
for me, it would depend on how late the Tuesday session goes, because that's going to be
Gotcha.
Saturday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday, and so by that point, that might be.
Yeah, so it would be Sunday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday for next.
Sorry,
week.
yeah,
It could be, like,
Sunday,
3 in a
Tuesday,
row.
Wednesday, yeah. So that,
We
that
always
might be
could-
too much, but
We always could like push this back to the Wednesday afterwards, since like Frank, you won't have the extra campaign, and then it's up to Rufus as far as tentative Wednesday goes.
And like I could do a Tuesday. It's just I recently started the gym, so skipping 2 Tuesdays in a row would.
It would be kind of rough, yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out as far as maybe it's next Wednesday barely, or the Wednesday after, or something like that. We'll
All right, I gotta text Rufus a little bit more during the week then about coffee to get his mind energized and going. God, it's so confusing. I'm super tired because the clock says 10:30, but really it's 9:30.
right.
I hate it so much.
It's
so
so
much.
confusing.
Anyway, so you guys take your short rest. Nothing happens during the short rest, and that hallway is good with the trapdoor at the end of that, not stairway, ladder up.
How do I get the dog up the ladder?
It's the same way a centaur would
Carefully.
climb a ladder. It's fine.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. These upstairs.
Rig up like a baby carrier?
I think we're going through the trap door, right?
Yes.
Who's going first?
Oh, I thought this is where we were ending the night. Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, I thought so too.
We're gonna go like we're just about there.
Fine. I will first go up the ladder. Sorry, I'm like texting and not paying attention. Yeah,
Do a athletics check with disadvantage.
How tiny is this ladder?
Athletics, not acrobatics.
Did I do the right one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
You almost get the trapdoor open, but there seems to be something on top of it that's holding you back from getting it open.
I'm gonna give him. If I give him a bardic inspiration, I know normally you can't try
do it
again.
past. You can't do it past me saying whether he fails or succeeds.
No, I know, but can he try again? If I give
Sure.
him a bardic inspiration, I know normally we don't allow checks back to back to
I'll
back.
I'll let you inspire another.
I'm gonna be
Another
like,
check.
Look, I've been following you around, maybe unwantedly, for like a month now. I know you can do this.
What do you mean maybe? I feel like I've been quite
I
clear.
I feel like the jury's out to lunch on that. I think that you just gotta try a bit harder and put a little more pep in your step there,
Put a little
kiddo.
oomph into it. All
Yeah.
right, let's.
Give her the old college try and like
So
spit on your
disadvantage.
hands.
Disadvantage with the bardic inspiration if you'd like to. So roll first,
Okay.
then add the d8 if you think you might need it.
Mm,
Oh boy, I'd have to perfect that D8.
do it.
Uh.
I've got a bunch more of these.
All right, I'll do the D8. I think this is the command to do it. I haven't had to manual roll in forever. I got a 15.
15.
You are just barely able to kick the
Wow,
door
I failed
open.
by one. The
Yeah.
first
Well,
time.
based on how he
Um,
described it, I thought you did, so I was like, he can do that again.
So the door opens up, and we're gonna go take you for a bit of a run here. I'm gonna describe this scene, and that's where we're gonna end it. You're not actually outside. I just need to get the description up and ready to go. So you pop up, and on the floor in front of you is a bandit who has just fallen off his chair that seems to have been on top of this trap door.
Whoops.
The room contains a fireplace, a tattered couch, and several upholstered chairs, one of which is bright blue. It's the one that's toppled over. Playing cards and coins lie scattered across the table. Slumped around the table are 4 drunken guild members clutching empty mugs and reeking of ale, and one of them off to the side on the blue chair. They all look at you and look very surprised at what they saw as you burst up through the door.
This is
And
a
that's where
great
we're
time
gonna-
for me to make a disguise check on that disguise that I said I made back at the base that I specifically talked about.
That's where we're gonna end it. That's right there, though.
Make a note.
Somebody remind me to
Make a
do
note.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jasu is wearing a very specific disguise.
A disguise
The
of
first
a.
guy
Yeah.
we
Very good.
interrogated.
Well,
I thought it was the lieutenant.
No, I didn't.
Nope.
We found a lieutenant, but I didn't get to sit there and disguise off of him. While you guys were talking to the guy we were interrogating, I was disguised to look like one of those guys.
Gotcha.
so you would do a check with proficiency bonus then. Just do a.
I'm hoping it's a deception.
Yeah. With tool-based ability checks is even more the case since they don't have the defaults that skills come with. Yeah, I'd let you do a deception with proficient, like just a deception check then.
Alrighty.
Does
That
that
way we
give
can
me
roll it,
plus?
and that'll be in the chat for next time.
Perfect. Will that be at +3 or at advantage? How does the tool? How do you want the tool to work?
Well, the tool just
Or s-
lets you do it. If
'Cause
you're
I had
rolling deception, because the way tools work is I either would have you roll with just
He-
proficiency because you're using the tools, but since I'm giving you deception, that's
Gotcha.
you're added.
And deception's better than that. So okay. And not very well.
We'll have to figure out what that roll gives you
Hopefully with
next
them being
time.
hopefully with them being drunk, they're at a negative.
Who knows? We'll have to find out.
Goodbye, stream.
Goodbye, stream. Peace out.